Hey, get out! Welcome to Get Fact.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. So, you can't talk yet. We had this mistake with Dan last time.
Stay in the corner. Who said you could take your gag off anyway?
It was too loose.
So, we are back. We have no Stu today because Stu's abandoned us, gone on holiday.
I know.
So, we've got Dan. The lovely Dan is back. And we also got a replacement for Stu. His younger self. It's Mr. Tom. Hey!
Hello.
Where's the applause at? Hang on. Give us a minute.
Still hasn't figured out how to work
The famous Tom from Educate Tom.
this. On episode 1, I think that was, wasn't it? Was that episode 1, Educate
Episode
Tom?
1, yeah.
And then
yeah.
he never came back.
Way back when.
Yeah.
He's actually in the studio today.
In person.
Yeah, in person form. So let's start off with Educate Tom.
Great start.
Yeah. So this one is from your own name. Do you know what a Tamagotchi is?
Yes.
What is it?
It's one of them old toys that young kids used to have where they just, feed them food and just look after them.
Yay!
Although quite stupidly, if they die, they die.
Yeah, they
As depressing as it sounds.
No, yeah.
It was an electronic pet.
Yeah. It was brilliant, but you can get like Yoda now and that, can't you? Little
You can
Star
get
Wars
I
one.
don't know if you've
Yeah.
done other ones. I used to have a Toy Soldiers one. Remember the film Toy Soldiers?
Oh, yeah.
I used to have one of them.
Do you know Toy Soldiers? That was when we was younger, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that one?
I don't think I've watched
I
it. but
think it
I've
should have
heard
been
of it.
bigger than it was.
Yeah, loads of toys
Brilliant.
that come alive. And they're like warring factions, aren't they, too? Like, it
I've
was
watched
good.
Toy Story. Does that
Watch
count?
it. Yeah, it's like different.
It's different, innit? It's a bit
Yeah.
more creepy, innit? Because
Basically, a toy company gets some military chips by accident and put the chips inside the toys, and then the toys come alive because they've got one faction against the alien faction that are at war. One of them's peaceful, and the other's trying to kill them, so it ends up going a bit.
yeah, it's like a full-on military chip, innit? What's
Yeah.
meant to be like for weapons and stuff, and you stick it in toys.
So it's a horror Toy Story then.
It's got, I
Oh,
don't know. It's more like Toy Story crossed with Chucker. So yeah, that's it. And that's all for Educate Tom. He knew it today.
well, he didn't know that film, did he? So
Well,
Yeah.
right, we'll go with the 50% then.
I was actually going to go through a list of things to see if you knew what the Toms were. Like Tom,
Let's go ahead, see what I know. Tom.
Tom.
Oh, sat nav, yeah, everyone knows that.
tomato.
Never heard of that one.
What is that? Yeah, but I didn't have time to get a list together, unfortunately. There's got to be loads of things with Tom on it. The name Tom.
no,
Do you know what a tomahawk is?
it's probably
Yes.
you've probably just gone through everything.
No,
Tamagotchi,
there's loads
tomato
of
sauce, tomahawks, and a tom tom.
So the car wash up by me, I don't know if I told you about it.
No.
So you know the ones that are automatic, you drive through and it washes it and that.
Yeah.
Well, that's been brought lately, and it's as soon as you drive to it, it says forward. That normally means you've paid and you drive forward, it washes. So I thought I'll just drive forward, see what happens. Started washing it, got a free platinum wash there from Morrison's. I think it's still brought now. No one's told them. Everyone's going in getting free washes.
Oh, that's fine by me.
That one just down the road.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, I've got to be back in 10 minutes.
I'm going to pay 40 quid to get mine washed. I'll just go there instead.
So have you ever robbed anything by accident like that? Where you've like a
Literally
meal or
last
something?
week.
Like a meal, you've gone for a meal and forgot to pay and walked out and like, I could go back and pay, but I'm already
Nah.
out.
I don't know if I've accidentally robbed anything, no.
Well, I did it last week personally with a phone charger.
I did it with birthday cards the other day. We bought a bag, them bags for put gifts in.
Yeah.
Got home, there's like a load of cards in it. Sorted for like the next 10 years for all of it. So, nothing.
Nothing comes to mind. Anyway.
What was yours, Tom? What did you rob by accident?
Oh, so I went to the shopping city with my partner and she needed a phone charger, so I had it in my hand, and while she was paying for everything, I forgot it was in my hand. So when we walked out, I noticed it, so I was like, just slip that in your bag.
Yeah.
They could see us through the window as we were walking away, but they never come to stop us, so
Right.
free phone charger.
Right, so was you already at the shop?
Yeah.
All right. I thought
we
you
literally just walked out.
I thought you were still in the shop. Like, slip behind your bag. That's not
yeah,
accident.
that's
That's
not
all.
No. Literally just walked out the shop and I went to grab something in my hand. It was already in my hand. I was like, let's just pop that in the
Does that
bag.
still
Turn
count
that
as
never-
accidental if he was still within the area of the shop? Like you got home.
Well,
so-
we'd already paid for everything that we did actually pay for, but we just walked out and didn't realise.
Right. Yeah, I suppose it counts, then. Just ate the shop. Yeah. So, yeah. Moving on. Have you seen that £1 trillion city that Saudi are making?
Yes.
I think
Have
so.
you
Is
seen it?
it the wall? The
Yeah.
David
Yeah, that's
Street line
crazy,
is gonna
isn't
be
it?
I
mirrored
want
on
to
either
say it's
side.
about
That's amazing.
17, at least 17 miles long, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
if they're making
It looks
like,
cool.
They've started.
doing it.
They've already started making the space for it.
yeah.
There's like
Oh.
football pitches in the middle of it and that.
Yeah.
And then all the buildings are overlooking a football pitch.
Yeah,
It's mad.
It looks awesome.
It looks futuristic,
It
doesn't it?
does, doesn't it?
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? They're trying to make it a economic free society, so you don't really have to pay for anything.
See if it works.
I
How
don't
long
think
is the
it will.
estimated like completion date though?
Years.
Is that
20,
like 2050 or something?
2035, I think they said.
Is it?
Something around that, so it's going to take a
It's
long
gonna be
time.
like- yeah.
For some, it's like, I want to say it's at least 15 stories high, and for 17 miles long, it's going to take a long time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be like for when the zombies come, protect the wall type stuff. Everyone's going to be like rich in there, living there, and then zombies will attack the city.
We'll just be there to fend with plastic
But
straws.
they'll
Cool,
cut
isn't it?
corners somewhere, won't they? So the zombies will find a way in.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was it that told me that they made Saudi? They made the full, Saudi Arabia city or whatever, and then moved everyone in. Can't remember who told me
I
that.
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so like nobody lived there. They made the whole city before anyone lived there, and then as soon as it was all finished, like this multi-million-pound city,
Grand
it's like,
opening, everyone ran
there
it.
you go, go and get yourself a house. And that's why they all drive around in like Lamborghinis and that, isn't it? Because all the rich people came and bought houses. It's mad. Every car's like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari.
Even the police.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Because all them cars just get left. If it breaks, they don't fix them.
They just buy another
leave
one.
it there, duster, and buy a new one.
Yeah.
How much money have you got?
Or them dumpster divers, they should move to Saudi.
Yeah.
Come on, so you get your list up. You're always
Oh
prepared
yeah.
for stuff.
Yeah, I've got loads of stuff here.
Basically, you
I was-
booked
I
us
was
here.
just-
I thought it was at
I was
6
just
we had to get here.
Yeah, no, yeah, for no reason.
And then at like 5 o'clock he says, getting here for 5:30. Fucking hell, Steve.
No, you told me.
No,
I
you
thought
told
I
me.
told you. I told Stu.
Yeah,
Stu Tom.
You told
Yeah,
yeah, but
you
I
told
thought
me.
it was 6 today, and it was going to be
No, 5. The guest was at 6.
no.
Burping already. Gassy already.
Yeah, you messaged me when I was on the way here, so I just popped a message back saying I'm already outside.
Would you?
Yeah, I
right.
literally just parked up. Dan rocked up right behind me.
Oh. Got here pretty quick then, didn't you? Considering.
Yeah,
You got here at 20 past.
exactly. But I'm not prepared. The extra half an hour I had was going to
Like the good old days.
We have stuff to talk about.
The original
Hey,
Danny's back.
the last 2 episodes.
Wrong one, but I mean.
Not again.
Dan. Yeah. Original Danny's
The
back.
last 2 I've been prepared with stuff, and this one I'm not.
You have. You have indeed.
So
Sorry, it's my first one. I have no idea what to talk about.
We've done it, but we've done it. You can go home now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to educate Tom. No, it's nice to have a third person in the room.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah. What do you think of the little podcast room anyway? It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's getting there. We've still got loads of pictures to put up here on that wall. We need to fill it. Fill it with all the guests.
Yeah.
We've already got James Maynard on there, so can't get another picture of him. That'd be greedy.
It's a picture, just walls full of.
The wonky but just ignore that.
I know. Dan helped to measure them. He's like, yeah, to the left, no.
No, I
yeah,
didn't.
Yeah,
You got-
right,
you got
it's
Stuart
fine,
looking
it's
at it.
fine.
He'd had a few, so he was slightly to the left.
Yeah. Did you see that Virgin Galactic, they started doing it? The space shuttle where they send people to space?
But it's actually
They've done it.
Have they
done it.
They've done it.
They've done it.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know it was going to be a thing, let alone.
Yeah,
actually
it
done
cost $365,000 for a seat.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
It,
cheap.
it's 90 minutes in total, and you get to experience zero gravity for 5 minutes of the trip.
For that much money?
I don't think you leave Earth's atmosphere. You're just
Yeah,
right,
you're
on the
right
edge,
on
is
the
it?
border. Yeah,
Yeah,
right on the
edge.
border, so you don't actually go to space.
Go a little bit too far, and you Sucked off into space.
They've done similar things before, though, haven't they? They'll go to like a high atmosphere and they'll go up and down, so you kind of simulate zero
It's not
gravity.
worth 365 grand, that is
I
it?
don't think it is.
5 minutes?
No.
For zero gravity?
If you had
That's
the
just not
money,
worth it.
if I was multi-millionaire, I'd do it.
I thought they could simulate zero gravity in Earth. Anyway.
They do. So what they normally do, they take a
fans,
plane.
innit?
They take a plane up as high as they can,
Yeah.
and they dive bomb it straight down.
Right.
So you essentially become weightless as the plane's falling, and
Yeah.
then they'll level off again, and they have to go back up.
Yeah,
so that's
that's
how
what they'll
I
do.
thought they did like a simulation machine though.
No,
Like
No.
fans and stuff where they blow you. Oh, they're skydiving,
You
innit?
can
That's
do that.
skydiving, yeah.
Skydiving, but no, the other way.
Skydiving, zero gravity. Is it is it much different? Does it feel different?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're just floating rather than being blown.
Yeah,
Suppose.
I suppose. I mean,
Weird,
I've
isn't it?
never tried the zero G. So.
would be nice to try, like, but for that much money,
Let's start saving.
Tyson Fury could do it.
Have you seen what they're saying though? They're saying that they've accomplished achievements like the first Olympian in space, second person with Parkinson's in space. Who was the first? Why are they sending people with Parkinson's to space? And then
Are they counting it as space then?
they're classing it as space for a space trip. The Galactic Virgin Galactic, they called it.
So is it? I remember. I'm sure in concept they were taking a plane so far,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rocket
and they shoot
attached
it
to
off.
it, and is that?
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
Still doing it that way.
yeah, I think so.
Wonder
Yeah.
it costs that much then. With fuel prices nowadays, that's probably what most of that money goes to.
All right, yeah, true. Did you see them rare white giraffe that caught on camera?
White
Yeah,
giraffe.
white giraffe, all white. It's not been seen for ages. So they used to be free. A mum, a brother, and a sister, and then the brother and sister got hunted a long time ago and killed, and then the brother weren't seen for a long time, and it's just been seen again on camera. Does he still survive? Huh? It's on his own. The only white giraffe. It's nice, isn't it?
Giraffe.
Yeah.
Hunting something rare. I've never understood that. Why would you hunt something if it's rare?
For that fact that it's
Yeah, for
rare
the
and
fact-
you've got
yeah.
it and no one else
I
has.
know, but it's weird, isn't it? Why would you kill it?
Yeah.
It's like seeing an alien and just stabbing it straight in the face. Do you know what I
A
mean?
little bit different.
Alien,
Oh, no, you won't.
Ooh, rare white alien stab it.
And just prop it up on your wall. Look at this, that caption. That's got to be something worth something. Alien head. So yeah, Tom, what have you brought today?
Myself?
That's not good enough.
I know, yeah, you won't think Dan doing that.
I'll go to the car, see what I've got in the boot.
Yeah. I tell you about my spider I got the other day. Cyril the spider.
Cyril Spider?
Yeah.
No.
So I had a pet spider. It was living in my kitchen window. And it was on the inside. You know them big garden spiders?
Yeah.
It's one of them, and it was made of web, and it was in the middle of the window. And every time I was seeing a mosquito land on me, I'd just grab it and then feed it to my spider. And I was watching it eat the thing when I was doing dishes. Brilliant. But then, a dad got sick of it and said it was weird and made me suck it up with Hoover.
Oh.
Oh,
That's bad, that, isn't it?
that's boring.
It's horrible. I felt bad. I was like crying.
Would you prefer to have? Flies or spiders?
It's a nice spider as well.
It was nice. Good conversation. Should have got on the podcast.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hoovered it up fucking next
I
week.
would have loved to have kept it. But yeah, sucked it up.
Could have been tomorrow's guest.
I think there's another one there above it where it used to be.
Don't tell
so
her that.
might grow that and call that Cyril. Yeah.
Get in a picture frame and stick it in here.
Yeah, make it in a little box and that.
Yeah.
And just feed it daily. It's warm in here already, isn't it?
Yep. Windows open. Blinds on.
Yeah. It's too bright in here, that's why. Pandas in Hong Kong are finally mating naturally for the first time in 10 years.
Hong Kong or Hong Kong?
Hong Kong.
It sounded like you said Hong Kong.
Have you seen what they call them at news? Hong Kongers?
No, they don't.
They do. Hong Kongers. Me and Stu was laughing about it. Saying, you can't say that. It's
If you're from Hong Kong, you're a Hong
Kongers.
Konger.
Yeah, there's a bit where we're saying, dude,
cool,
come on and do Hong Kongers. You can't call them that, can you? That doesn't sound right to me. But anyway, yeah, they've mated for the first time in 10 years. But on the post, they blurred the pandas' faces out. Why? They all look the same.
They're celebrities now. They've got to hide their identity.
Racist.
I know, all pandas look the same. I'm not being funny, but
Racist against them Hong Kongan pandas.
they are the same, aren't they?
I think, yeah, they all look like them. Just because they're celebrities now, that's all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Celebrity pandas, they want to hide their identities.
The only panda that looks different is Kung Fu Panda, and that's like it's animation. Oh, this one's bad. Family Feud, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
game show.
Yeah, it's basically Family Fortunes, but like American version.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Survey
pretty much.
says, and you got to try it. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy in it, and I'll see if we can send it to myself, the link. Bear with me. So, a Family Feud contestant who made a shocking answer on game show is now gets life in prison for killing wife.
Well then.
Yeah, interesting, especially with what his answer was on the show, and then after he killed his wife.
And he kills his wife after this.
Well, yeah. Oh, Luke drove there now, Christ.
There you go. You forgot to put his makeup on that day.
Yeah, where's the video? What? Is that it?
There we go.
There we go.
Let me talk to 100 married people. What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake.
Wow.
Not my mistake. I love my wife. I'm going to get in trouble for that, aren't I?
It's going to be a lot of hell to pay at your house.
I don't watch the bit.
And he kills his wife, yeah.
Then goes home, kills his wife. I don't know how long after, but that's bad, isn't it? You're basically saying I hate my wife, and then later on kills her. But look at the difference between there and the picture there. What's happened?
The same guy.
Yeah. Well, we're off, didn't it? Things went downhill. Can't
Must
be.
have been at a costume party. That's just all a wig.
It must have been a while later then.
Yeah, it must have been. Reminds me of that. You know that court officer in one of the judge shows where he said, like, oh, he loved his wife. He's been married for 15 years. He shows up in the news after killing his wife.
What is it? What show are we on about?
It's one of the judges. I can't remember.
Judge Judah.
No, it's not one of our. not one of
Judge
our. One of the
Rinder.
American ones.
Judge Rinder.
No, I don't even know what you're about.
That gay guy. That's a judge. He's proper like over the
Do you
top.
not know Judge Rinder?
Oh, it's so.
Oh, he's brilliant.
I don't watch TV.
He's
I
funny.
don't watch.
But it was one of the American ones. I want to say Family Court.
No, yeah, I
You
don't
know,
watch
the, you
all
know,
that,
like
mate.
the big beefy one. He was,
Yeah.
him. He was saying he was loving his wife 15 years, and I think it was about 2 years later he comes out saying he killed his wife.
Ah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah.
That same story, you mean?
Yeah, similar story.
Yeah, it was the security guard that actually killed his wife, didn't it? After
Yeah.
saying, yeah, I love my wife. Yeah, I know
Been
what
married
you
for
mean
so long, and just
Yeah.
in the police, he's like in the report, like he's just killed himself.
now. Yeah.
Not killed himself, killed his wife.
Kill his
He
wife.
killed his wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad that, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was.
first one, then this has happened. While I was on the killing scene, did you see that serial killer in Chester?
What?
An actual serial killer.
When was
In
this?
Chester.
And they chose Chester.
Recently.
Recently.
Yep. It was a woman who was killing babies.
Oh yeah, I actually
Have you heard
did.
about
I
it?
actually did this. Yeah, she's actually
7 babies she's
Yeah.
killed.
I think I've heard
2
of
of
it.
which are twins.
Yeah.
And she attempted to kill 6 more.
Yeah.
I think I've heard about it.
That's
Yeah,
horrible.
she's
Isn't
got
it?
sentenced recently.
So what goes through your head to do that to a baby?
Don't know.
That's weird,
think-
isn't it? Of all things, a baby.
The only thing I can think of is that she's lost a
That's-
baby.
that's
during-
exactly what I said.
That's the only thing you can think
like
of.
she had a
really.
miscarriage or something, and then
And she's got
she feels like she's saving the world or something by killing these
Thinking she was
babies
doing
that are
it in the
small.
hospital.
and
How
stuff.
did she get away with it for
Yeah,
so long?
exactly.
Well,
They're
that's
going
the
to do
thing.
an investigation and
Most likely an
look at it,
autopsy
but-
as well or something.
Yeah, well, the thing is, she had loads of complaints about it being dodgy, and
Yeah.
they basically
didn't
ignored it, put it to one
investigate.
side,
Yeah.
and then more and more kept dying.
Surely
but it was all dying on her shift.
Exactly, you get suspicious.
Yeah,
you go,
you
why are they
would.
all dying when she's in?
Definitely,
Ugh, yeah.
they didn't click onto it.
I don't know how you wouldn't.
They need
The
to
signals
change
are
that.
right there as well. I don't know
Well,
how
that's it. They said they're going to do some sort of investigation on
Yeah.
how she got the job, how no one figured it out sooner.
But it should be the first complaint. It'd be like, you feel something dodgy with this person. I'll have a little
Keep an
look
eye
into
on
it.
them.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
keep an eye. And then the second complaint, like, right, we need to investigate this. Not,
Yeah.
not 7 like complaints, right?
Yeah, because clearly it's just not that person complaining. There's
Exactly. Yeah.
So
There's
there's
two
bigger
different
going on
families
here, yeah.
complaining.
Did it say
Something's going on.
how she was doing it, or was she like
Yeah,
drugging them,
injecting
or-
oxygen into the blood
Yeah,
goes to the heart and kills them.
kills them.
Yeah.
So that's why
It's
they didn't
weird
know
how
as
that
well.
can kill you, innit?
Yeah.
Just air in your blood.
Yeah,
Horrible way to die.
that would probably
yeah.
explain it. Because if they did an autopsy, they wouldn't see anything out of the ordinary, though, would they?
So what do you think's worst way to like lock someone up for that? Like she's going to go for jail for life. Like, do you think killing her is the best option?
No,
I don't think. I think it's too easy. That.
Yeah, exactly.
Innit?
I
You think she should be
wouldn't.
tortured?
I think, yeah. You know what?
I think
the
she
brazen
should.
bull. We've been through the torture devices. Make her sit on that triangle thing. Make it split her in half.
Just the one in your old gym.
Yeah.
Make her
exactly,
walk
yeah.
across a bunch of Lego. That'll do it.
Yeah. Sit her under a bamboo shoot and let it grow through her. That's what I'd do. Yeah, as you can tell, Tom, we've been discussing a lot of torture on this podcast.
I haven't.
sounds like the
One of
normal.
the previous episodes out, he was talking about he's turned his gym into a torture chamber, and he likes
That's
to.
Stew.
Oh, is he really?
The Spanish donkey. Talking about Spain, they won the World Cup today, didn't they? England lost.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, England
Oh, wow.
lost.
I've
I've not
just
kept
looked at
up
that
on the
because I was
women's.
going to bring it up.
Was ya?
You just brought it up then.
Gutted.
I've not been. I've
I
not
wanted
been
to see how they
watching.
got on.
The
'cause I knew
women's England.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd win because it would have brought a lot of attention to women's football.
That
It
would
would
have
have
back to
got a
back
bit.
though,
It
wouldn't
would
it?
have. Well,
It would
yeah,
have
for
been
the
back-to-back.
yeah they won the
Yeah, well,
World Cup
because
and
they won
the European
Euros.
Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it would have brought some money to the women's football like
mean,
after.
I would have thought popularity would have been because it was the finals, wasn't it?
Yeah, the final,
So
yeah.
I would have thought that would have brought a bit more popularity over to the England, well,
It
just the
would, but
women's
if-
football.
If England had won, it would have been massive because it's where football is really in England.
Yeah.
Spain, it's not going to affect women's football that much. Spanish
Not
team winning.
really. No,
It's big news if England wins, isn't it?
Spanish isn't really massive on football, are they?
No offence to Spaniards, if that's how you say it. It's Spaniards.
So surely the England, the women's England team are now rated higher than the men's.
No,
Right.
Relative.
Oh,
Can't
what?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah.
Well,
do
if
you
you
mean?
take well, the England
as in the women's.
in the they
Yeah.
must be
Women's
right
made
up
it to
there
the
because they
finals.
won
We
the
only got to the
Euros, came
semis.
second in the World Cup. They've got to be up there as
Yeah.
the second or
Yeah, but it's
best
different
team in
leagues,
the world.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's different leagues, but
Yeah.
relative. The England's men's team.
But when
are
you think about it, at the
first
same
or
time,
second.
women's football's a lot more softer than men's football. I think.
Yes, but
personally,
it's relative.
a
The
lot more.
women are playing women.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they're
yeah, of
the
course.
best
Yeah,
or the
of course.
second best team
In
in,
the
the
women's.
world.
I'm not
Out of
gonna-
the women's and the
yeah.
men aren't.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed watching it because, you know, when it gets tackled, they actually get up and carry on playing.
Yeah, they
Whereas men get up and walk
I'm saying
around.
the women are more men than
Yeah,
men.
yeah, totally. Yeah, role reverse. That's what it's like.
See men holding their elbows because they just got stood on.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? They're so soft. They need to, man up.
100%.
This can't even say that anymore, can you? You need to man up. You can't say genders. What would you say in that situation? You know, like there's people out there that say, I've not got a gender, but then say, yeah, my girlfriend's done this. Or I'm the girlfriend and stuff like that. He's like, are you a girlfriend if you've not got a gender?
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to be a girl. Can't be a girlfriend. It's in the
You're
name.
just a friend, man.
partner.
Yeah,
partner. Just a partner. Second
Friend with
you're just a
benefit.
non-binary friend. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I went to the party the other day, and it probably stunk musty. You know, like musty cardboard.
You went,
Yeah.
Where?
To the park.
The park?
The kids, yeah. Proper busy park. It's the nicest part, to be fair.
I
I've
just
never been to it
I
before.
didn't link cardboard musty smell with park.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had to double take when you said, I heard you say park the first time. And
I
then
thought, yeah.
As you continued, I was like, did he actually
Yeah,
say
it was
park?
like, hang on a sec.
Cardboard. It stunk of
What
musty
park do you go
cardboard.
to?
yeah.
And I was like, well, to Adele, every like 10 minutes, like, well, it stinks around here, and it stinks. Turns out it was my new top. So I bought a new top, and it must have been in a packet, and it was on my collar, and it stunk on my collar. And I was walking around, it stinks. No, I'm paranoid around the park, thinking people can smell me. Thinking he stinks in this park. Do you know what I mean?
This park's gone downhill.
Yeah, he's
Look
just
at the
brought
people
this
that come
park
now.
down.
Sure, it's not your new cologne you play.
Have you ever
Cardboard.
had any embarrassing moments like that? Like,
Where to go to a park with smelly clothes.
yeah, that's an example.
I can say that's not happened, no.
Yeah, yeah.
I could agree with that one.
Yeah. You ever fell on your ass or something like that in front of people? Or
Oh yeah, many times.
jumped in the pool and belly flopped or something like that?
Who
All
hasn't?
done that.
Who hasn't?
And then you hear everyone at pool go, ooh. Just
Probably
echoes
have, but I
around
can't think of a single instance that I could talk about. Obviously, I've probably tripped and fell and all sorts.
No.
I fell off my bike the other week.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
It
Because I
was-
was riding my bike to and from work.
Oh, what's
and
this for? Just for a bit more exercise or what?
Yeah.
The weather was nice. It takes me 10, 15 minutes.
Does it?
Yeah, it's just as quick as driving.
Yeah, no.
And I was right outside the house, and my lace got caught in the chain. Oh yeah, laugh,
Sorry.
laugh! I've still got the scars.
I
Steve.
laughed until I saw it. He took
And
a good
I,
chunk out of his hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it pulled my leg down. cut all my leg on the chain, cut my arm there, cut my hand, and that was it. So we've got a picture and show you what it did to my leg.
I told him just don't show it. I'm
Is it
was
cut?
bad.
Bad cut?
No, it was a chunk out of his hand was missing.
Right, I probably laughed more than.
That
More
was me
gruesome,
leg.
the better.
Nice!
Looks cool, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
looks
looks
like
like
it should be
shit.
sponsored by Monster Energy.
Chunk of monster on you.
That was my leg.
Monster
that took
tattooed on you.
That took the longest to heal. So I didn't do that in front of anyone though. It was
Right.
like it was like
It's
10
just
past
outside
10 at
your
night.
house,
But I bet you still stood up and was like, looked around, didn't you? Like,
I was well annoyed.
did anyone see that?
He was stomping into his house with his bike.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I got in, and I was like, oh, I have to clean all the wounds off, and then I was like, oh, go to bed.
Clean. Licking yourself like a pup.
Yeah, I couldn't reach your leg.
Wounded. Yeah. We went to another park today, actually. Not a park.
Did you stick a plastic this time?
He went topless.
Yeah, topless.
Not falling for that again.
Yeah, it was a farm, actually. I went to the.
Oh.
Yeah, brilliant. Have you been to a farm? Like, was the last time you went to a farm?
It's been a while ago, but I've been to a few farms.
What's your favourite thing in a farm?
Favourite animal or just
Favourite thing to do in a
favourite-
farm?
don't know.
What's yours,
I
Tom?
don't-
What's your favourite farm thing to do? Ride the horses. I'm not allowed on there.
I've never rode a horse actually.
I was gutted. You can't ride a horse if you're over 11 stone in there.
Well, there's no way I'm going to get to
I was
do
like,
it.
I'm getting on treadmill.
Yeah, I'm not.
Gutted. Are you not?
I'm heavier than that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably the lightest in this room now.
See, my
Oh,
mate,
yeah, definitely.
So my mate, he's under 11 stone now, and he asked, "Who you go on?" And he said, "No, sorry, it's only for kids." which kid is 11 stone?
We don't know.
Jesus!
I don't know. We're eating.
I know
yeah.
obesity's high at the moment, but 11 stone kid. Jesus Christ!
Dan will have to FaceTime us while he's on it because he's the only one who can get on.
I'm not that light yet.
But I think my favourite thing to do is feed the chickens. Love feeding the chickens. Little pecks in your hand, it feels brilliant.
And then you
Don't
go
know
home
why.
and eat the chicken.
I also didn't expect a pig's nose to be dry.
Or you just
Really?
I just it looked wet, so I just prodded it.
Favourite thing to do with
He says, "Don't touch
favourite thing
it."
to do with the farm. Stick my finger
Yeah.
in a pig's
Whatever you
nose.
do, don't do that to a tiger. Don't do it to a tiger because
Well, they bite.
Yeah.
It says, "Don't touch the pigs." They bite, so he's just poking his nose.
Stick his finger in his nose. Don't bite this.
I think for me it's
Sheep.
horses. Just
Horses?
watching the horse. I've never rode one, but just watching the
love to
horses
ride
run
a horse.
around.
I have.
Have you rode a horse?
Yeah.
I think I have when I was younger.
When I was really young, my nan used to have a horse or two.
Yeah.
I'd have been really, really young, like 3, maybe 5 at the oldest.
Yeah.
No older than that.
Right. When my mate's mum was actually on a horse, and I went with him to the farm. Said I'd like to ride a horse, and he said, "I'm going to set you up then. Get you riding a horse. I'm going to run a horse. Woo! Going to turn up with cowboy gear on. Let's go, baby."
Don't wear that top; it might spook the horse. You'd be like, "Fuck, he stinks!" and kicks you off.
I'm going to turn up with lasso and just lasso a horse. Robbed. What have we got here? Oh yeah. What do you think on vapes? They're on a bit banning them.
Yeah, I think.
Have you got one?
I can't say anything.
Got one. What's your take on it, Tom? Would you agree to ban them or
No, personally.
Is that because you have them yourself?
Yes and no. I personally think that they're better than smoking because obviously they don't affect certain vapes don't affect your lungs as much.
Yeah.
But if they're planning on banning them, I'd probably say if they could look at like nicotine-free vapes maybe because just for some people it's
Yeah.
just not as easy to
Well,
come off them.
they have actually got them, but I don't think people will be happy to swap out nicotine free.
What I don't understand is people who don't smoke who then start vaping, like
Yeah.
you, Tom. I can understand if you were smoking and then you
Yeah.
went, I can't quit smoking, I'm going to vape
Well, it was
instead
trendy, wasn't it?
for the nicotine.
I mainly
Yeah.
do it. I'm one of them who does it for the flavour, really.
It's trendy, wasn't it? Everyone started
Drink some
doing
fucking
it.
Vimto then.
It's like everyone. Look, it's like when you smoke, you don't smoke, and then you do smoke because someone else is smoking. It's just that.
Yep. Tom was doing it and then he wasn't doing it and now he's back to doing it.
Yeah,
Well, he
I
used to
can
be
thank my
smoking
girlfriend
highlighter
for
pens,
that.
didn't he? Remember that? He used to be on the highlighter pens, didn't you?
The elf bars. Yeah,
He used to look like highlighter
Yeah.
pens.
yeah, not them anymore.
No,
but
the proper ones. They look
Proper-
cool. Some
I'm
of
on
them
the
are.
crystal.
That's why they need banning. They should just do it as
Yeah.
an aid to quit smoking.
like
So
one of the
put it-
NHS things,
Put
maybe.
it through
yeah.
through the NHS, yeah.
Was that?
And then yeah. That's what I
I think they should ban them because apparently you can't recycle them because they've got batteries in. So if you're not recycling, they're landed on landfill, and they basically got bombs on the landfill.
That is true, because some of
and if
the
you get 1,000 vapes in one patch and it blows up,
all of them, some of the knockoff
They're everywhere,
ones,
aren't
like the crystal knockoff ones,
Yeah.
they're very known to actually explode, which is a
your
problem.
pocket, yeah.
No, these are the real ones, like the fake ones you get. Like Japanese Chinese
Yeah.
ones, things like that. They're actually prone to
The ones that them,
Yeah.
If them Hong Kongers make them, leave it.
too much bamboo in them.
Knock off Hong Kongers ones.
I've got to admit they do smell lovely. When I'm behind one, they blow it, it's like, ooh,
See-
what sweet's that?
See,
Fruity, just go buy some fucking hard-boiled sweets. Put yourself a Vimto, for fuck's sake. Don't need to vape.
I'm following them, getting cancer.
why buy Vimto? We can get a Vimto fake.
Yeah. Vimto
easy.
vape, that's how I'd say it. Vimto
Yeah.
vape.
Vimto vape.
Another thing they're trying to ban as well is, well, I wouldn't say ban. They're trying to put sound cameras up, is what they're calling them.
Sound cameras.
Yeah, it's what the government's calling them. I saw it on a TikTok a few weeks ago from ITV.
And how does this work? It just
They're obviously like the noise.
like a bat.
Decibel meter.
Yeah, pretty much. They called them noise cameras, which didn't really make sense. But it's for cars that are too loud. But if they're too loud,
yeah,
why are
yeah.
they road legal?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Paul Subaru, he had to
He
do
ain't got it
something to
anymore.
that. I know he's not.
Yeah, he blew it
but
up.
He had to do something with that exhaust because that was too loud.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, he never told me that.
When they come out of the factory, they're not normally like that. It's usually a
No.
modification people have done to it.
Subarus are normally louder than your conventional car, but you know
They're at a limit, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. They're literally on the margin, but there's road legal exhausts out there that are obviously legal for the UK, and people are complaining about them. But
Yeah.
The-
What are they
the
called?
guy's
Cherry
still
bombs,
following.
something like that. They're called cherry bombs.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, something like that.
But they're following the
The
law.
guideline.
Yeah, they're following, and 58% of drivers agreed that this should be put in place, which I personally don't think so.
I do, but I think it should be between certain hours of the day.
Or that, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3, 4.
Yeah, true.
But as soon as you get
during
to like
night hours.
8 o'clock, 9, you know, kids are in bed or
Do like the
adults are
normal-
going to
Many,
bed.
I mean, are them exhausts have killed someone though? Just the noise.
They were saying-
because they backfire. Imagine an old person.
Yeah, they were saying
Gone.
some of them can cause heart attacks, but that's not the actual
Yeah.
exhaust. That's just a remap they've put on the car to make them
well,
bangs.
it's popping and banging, isn't it? It's,
That's not related to exhaust, and people blame the exhaust for that, but it's not actually
Yeah.
the exhaust.
scary
Which-
though, still.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
still scary. It did actually say that it increases the likelihood of a heart attack from someone as well, but that's again not related to exhaust.
So they have to set up cameras that register the noise and then film the cars going past.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, you said there's sound cameras. Have you seen that the government can actually use your Wi-Fi as a camera now?
Your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. You know, there's Wi-Fi throughout your house.
Yeah.
So what it does is it picks up all the signal, and that signal goes around your body, and they can visually see all you as you're moving through the data of the signal. They've shown it how they do it.
I know what you mean.
The signal of the data. It's say like my Wi-Fi from my phone to the router downstairs. So all that data's going through the air and it's going around me.
Yeah,
And it's picking up the data from that.
Yeah,
It's visually.
it's using
It's basically AI
visualising.
making you of what shape is in that room.
It's like using all the cellular that goes in a certain direction and what hits something
Yeah, yeah.
before it hits
It's
something
weird.
else. Yeah, I
It's
know what you
weird.
mean.
How they can just see you without even having a camera in your house.
See me
Where you
bossing
are.
one then.
TV license man will do that soon, won't I? I can see you. I got Wi-Fi on. Get out my house, you creep.
I see you watching E4. Get that off.
Yeah. What do you think about that anyway? TV license while we're on the topic.
What about them?
Should it
it's a joke.
exist?
I don't have one. So
I don't think anyone should buy it, to be honest.
You're only doing it for one channel, really.
Yeah, it's really
Well,
just for the BBC channels, isn't it?
Yeah, if you
Which
don't watch BBC, don't have a TV license.
I don't need to because I've got like my Netflix.
Yeah, yeah.
You got YouTube.
Exactly.
You got stuff you don't need
I
a
don't
TV
have
license.
You know
I, just
what?
said, I don't have a TV license.
Just use streaming software because it's
Sorry?
I
cheaper
just said-
as well.
I
If you
just
think
told them
about it.
I don't use a TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I don't
Well,
pay
if,
one.
if
Yeah.
you think about it, though, it's cheaper if you just subscribe rather than pay like what £100 to Sky just to get the basic channels.
Yeah.
They should
It's
just
cheaper.
put adverts on the BBC and not have a license.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
The same as all other channels.
But I had a mate that was paying TV license. He didn't have a telly. What was he doing?
How was he doing that?
He's one of them that like, just in case he ever decide to get a telly, I'm going to keep paying it.
Get
But he
it
paid
then.
it yearly. So he's paying it in big chunks, that 200 odd quid a year.
Yeah. They're not cheap either.
No, mad.
So he's paying for a TV like just in case. Why does he
Just
just
in
get the
case,
license when he gets the TV?
exactly.
It's a TV.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's just like saying like you've got like back when I had a car but I didn't have my license, like got one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I
Paying-
still drove it on learners,
paying for-
but like no insurance. You just got the car just in case.
Yeah. Well, loads of people do that, don't they? Get the car before they can drive,
Yeah,
just so it's ready for when they
for when it's there. Yes,
I didn't. I got one
didn't.
after I passed
I
the
did.
test.
As soon as I passed, then I need a car in it. There's no point wasting money.
I just saw mine. It was perfect what I wanted, so I just jumped the gun.
Right. So I came across this video. It's about work safety. It's not actually work safety, but it should be. But you see that man that got wrapped up in a silk factory?
Nope.
No.
On purpose.
There is a video of
Purpose
this.
accidentally, or
There is
what?
a video of this, yes. It's brilliant. It looks like it's going to be a horrible like video.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's pretty funny to be fair. It's wrapped up, like a spider's dinner almost. How it would wrap it up and then eat it.
Yeah.
I'll say right there. That's a shoe, but
Oh, he's gonna fall in here.
it's a silk factory. Puts his hands out with it in, but brush it down.
Oh,
Sucks him in.
all right. See you later.
Wraps him up like a spider web. Proper wrapping him up.
Still dangerous though. It goes round his face.
He's,
That's what I
he's
mean.
just sat there like, yeah, that's all right.
But if no one was there, he was screwed, wasn't he? Like, he would have been a ball of silk when someone came in. And he went, what's this like with this shape?
Yeah,
If that happened on a Monday, though,
loads.
They'd cut it all up and then they'd realise the person in the middle of it.
that was a Monday, though. That would have been a bad week.
That's scary, that. Oh, yeah, I've got that picture as well of the pandas blurred out.
Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
To protect their privacy.
Yeah,
They all
to
look
protect
alike.
the privacy. Crazy. So, I also took a picture of them spiders, the one I had in the kitchen. This one wasn't back there, it was a bit creepier, this one. Bigger. That bad boy.
Oh, looks cool, that.
Yeah. That was the type of spider I had in the
wow.
kitchen.
Oh, that.
Creeper. Yeah.
Hey, you should have seen you. You would have been the new Spider-Man.
Exactly, yeah. So where are we up to here? Oh, yeah. OnlyFans model
Oh, God.
becomes one of the UK's youngest grandmothers.
What?
At what age are you guessing?
28.
No, she's younger.
Younger?
28?
Younger?
Let me see.
No, it's not younger, I'll tell you now. It's not younger than 20.
I'm trying
It's
to
not even physically possible, is it?
Said he's
Younger than
younger.
28.
I think
Anything younger, it's a crime.
30. 30.
30. 34.
34?
Yes, that's still young, isn't it? That's my
still.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary, though.
I was just thinking if she had a kid when she was 15 and then that kid had a kid when she was 15.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Young
like
can you
young, yeah. So
Yeah.
30's probably like.
I love how they're saying it like it's a record.
She's
It's
proud
not a
to be a
good record
granny
to
at
have.
30.
Yeah.
It's alright, she'll be a great grand at 40.
Right. I think, right, 2 minutes. Let's pause this. You want to press that record button there? Right, cue the music. Now press it. And we are back. And our amazing guest.
He's better at pressing that button than me.
Yeah, our guest will be on in a minute. So, yeah. Our guest today is the wonderful James Maynard.
Maynard?
Maynard. I know, yeah. It's probably a
Maynard.
Wigan way we're saying it. Maynard.
Maynard.
Sorry about that, James. I was a Wiganer again. So, yeah.
You'll have to ask him.
What?
Ask him how he pronounces his surname.
Okay.
If it's your way or my way. There's your first question.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi again.
Hi again.
As
How
you
are
see,
you,
we've got
folks?
new faces today. Stu's not here. He's on holiday.
Nope.
So
you've
we've got Tom and Dan.
replacement. Tom and Dan.
Hello.
Oh, it was just breaking up. Where is it?
Sorry. So Stu's not here today. He's on holiday. So instead, we've got Dan and,
Yeah.
and Tom today.
Stephen, Tom, yeah.
No, sorry. Dan and Tom.
Dan, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, man.
How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you folks?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
We like your little fish tank.
Yeah. So I found Nemo. He's right behind you.
All right. Go workers.
Yeah. So, I believe you've been talking to somebody about gravity recently.
Yeah.
if you can
Swiggo, mate.
tell us a bit more about
Yeah,
gravity
right.
to start
Sure
with.
thing. Yeah. I mean, gravity is a really cool thing, isn't it? I mean, there's like this invisible force that keeps us all planted to the ground no matter where we are on this round earth, right?
Right.
And, we all think we know what it is, but there's just so many mysteries to it. I mean, gravity is one of the most important questions in cosmology. And cosmology is the science of asking the biggest questions out there.
Right. So
You know?
how does it affect smaller items? I know you explained it on one of your videos.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, gravity's pretty cool because everything has it, from the tiniest little specks of dust to the largest black holes in the universe. And you can just to think of the way it works is, if you double the mass of any two objects, there's going to be twice the gravity.
Right.
But if you bring them half as close instead, then there's 4 times. If you bring
Right.
it 3 times closer, it's 9 times. So the distance matters far more than the mass.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And it's so cool. Like, that creates circles. It creates freaking circles, and orbits and
right.
that type of thing. Orbits are elliptical, and kind of egg-shaped,
Yeah.
exactly because of this inverse square relationship
Right.
of gravity. It's amazing. It's so wonderful to find. I love being able to find like excitement in these things that people take for granted.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier about the galactic spaceship that set off recently, and it was in space, and I think it's 90 minutes to get there and 5 minutes of floating around in zero gravity. Like, would you do that yourself? Is it worth it?
Or the Virgin Atlantic
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to be a member of flight number 4. Maybe flight number 4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the price is a
After it's
little bit.
trialed and tested.
Yeah. Once it's cheaper as well.
Yeah. I mean, but the cool thing is, I talk with a bunch of these developers around the world and stuff, Richard Dinan and, people like that. And it's so cool because I see what's coming in the future, and it will not be long before a trip to space is as common and as cheap as, let's say, a luxury cruise.
Right. So
Like, not everyone's going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But a whole lot of people will.
Yeah.
What
That's
method?
going to change everything.
What method do you think they're going to be using? Because obviously fuel prices is probably the limiting factor. So we talking space elevator, or are we sticking to rockets?
I think it really depends on what you're trying to do. Are you just trying to go for a joyride up to the edge of space, and which is kind of what Virgin Galactic's doing.
Yeah.
And in which case, Branson probably has the right idea.
Yeah.
You lift up a smaller spacecraft on a reliable, large aircraft, drop it, let it ignite its engines, and take you the rest of the way, then come down like a plane. That's probably right.
Right.
Space elevators. Now, these, for those who don't know, are essentially exactly what it sounds like. You take basically a lift car and attach it to a 25,000 mile long, 40,000 kilometer long thread, and set it up to orbit. Right.
But what's that thread attached to?
So because it's in
An object, there'd be an object up in space,
Like a space
by
type of
mass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that brings you up to what's called a geosynchronous orbit, and what that means is that the satellite that you put up there, whatever, would orbit at the exact same rotational rate as the Earth, 24 hours roughly a day. So that means it stays above one place on Earth.
Right.
So if you need to, a lot of things have to go there. Satellites for, let's say communication, and because you don't want a satellite that you're using for communication to be on the other side of the world when you really need it.
Yeah.
And so for things that need to get up to geosynchronous orbit, small satellites, space elevator might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But of course, then the trouble is that if a space elevator breaks,
Yeah.
that 40,000 kilometer long fiber,
Come back
thread
down to Earth.
breaks, then you got a whip
Yeah.
that length, and that will not result in
Wouldn't that cause
happy days.
maybe planes hitting the wire? If they didn't see it.
Yeah, I've
like
heard
an
more about
obstruction.
targets on the ground, just homes underneath where the whip lands.
Yeah.
Be a good spanking.
And, so the trick is to get off the Earth. We're probably going to need rockets for a long time.
Yeah.
Because, you need to get up to something like 10 kilometers a second to get above the atmosphere of the Earth and actually, get into orbit.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do with some of the other engine designs.
Yeah.
Now, the future, I think, is going to really come in nuclear fusion
Right.
engines,
Okay.
and those cannot be used to get you off the Earth. But once you're in space, it can get you places really quickly. And it'll let you have a lot of payload because there's not a lot of weight in that, not a lot of mass in that fuel.
Yeah.
And of course, I had Richard Dinan on the other day.
Yeah.
Yes, the Made in Chelsea guy. Talking about that, and it's the potential is amazing.
Yeah. So, you said it go really fast in space. Would the human being be able to manage that speed without just splatting?
Well, yeah, it's the stopping that's the hard bit. You're actually, we're all on Earth. Let's say you're at the equator of the Earth. You're traveling 40,000 kilometers every day.
Yeah.
And so it's not the velocity that gets you.
Right.
It's acceleration.
Okay.
Either accelerating a whole lot and being thrown back in your seat.
Yeah.
Or decelerating very quickly.
Right.
Like running full speed into a brick wall.
Right.
So yeah, as long as the acceleration is within, human tolerance,
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Right.
Now, for long journeys, what could be really cool is you could accelerate at about 9.8 meters per second squared. All right.
Right.
And that would provide you that acceleration, the amount that you'd be being pushed back towards the rear end of the spacecraft.
Yeah.
Would provide the same amount of push as gravity does here on Earth.
Right.
So it would be like walking around the grounds
Right.
on our planet.
Okay. Do you think they'll ever come up with something that is not like a rocket-based spaceship, but they just come across the hydrogen-driven car? Do you think there's something like that could happen with a spaceship run on something else that's more cost efficient?
Yeah, to get off Earth is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're asking?
Yeah.
Certainly. There are already hydrogen-fueled rocket boosters. And another company is working on sending satellites in a centrifuge,
Yeah, I've
basically,
seen that.
and then
Right.
launching them to space. Now, I would not want to be a person on a spacecraft. But for satellites, that could be a real promising
Yeah.
technology. I mean, who knows? Maybe someone will develop, a giant slingshot and
Right.
doing.
Yeah. So I believe they lost connection with some of the landing pods. Is it on Mars or something? I don't know if you know anything about
Mars is an interesting planet. It can there are so many robotic missions there that Mars can almost be thought of as a planet of robots.
that. Right.
Yeah. And and robots only last so long, and all which lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Yeah. I keep
It's,
seeing so many articles about it. I seen something saying that there might have been like living things on Mars, but we killed it by accident. What was that?
Yeah. Hey, is that an alien over there? Hell, it was.
Yeah.
Now, Viking 1 and Viking 2 were two Mars landers that, touched down in the late 70s on Mars. And they both had experiments aboard them, which were supposed to test the soil for life, which it did to a reasonable understanding of what we might find there at the time. But if there were any life in there, those experiments probably
Would have picked it up.
killed it.
Oh, killed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the results were inconclusive.
Okay.
So it was like, do we find life? Well, maybe not. I don't know. Whoever it is, it's dead now. But of course, I wouldn't worry too much about it because if it were life, it would be some sort of microbial
Right. Yeah.
life, and so if there were some sort of microbes growing right where the Viking landers landed,
Yeah.
it's probably elsewhere. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. It's probably all over.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, although it's not an auspicious start to first contact, is it?
Yeah. So I believe there was whistleblowers in the US at the minute, wasn't there, that said that we have aliens. We've captured aliens. What do you think of that?
I've seen that recently as well.
Do you think that it's just a distraction?
Now there could be a lot of answers to that. It certainly could be a distraction, but more importantly is we have a very small planet orbiting a relatively small, very common type star. There's not a lot to attract aliens to Earth, but everywhere we look in space, there are the makings of life. There's water, there's carbon. We've found all 20 essential amino acids needed for life out in space. All right?
Right.
And so the universe, I'm willing to bet, is just teeming with life.
Yeah.
Anywhere life had some sort of chance to get going, carbon and water made it happen.
Yeah.
All right. Now, having primitive bacterial life is also a long, long, long way from building flying saucers heading off to your nearest neighboring planet just to say hello.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely believe that there are many, 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 many different life forms out there. But the chances of them having come here, I think, I think it's possible.
Right.
You know, we've had a life-friendly planet for a couple billion years, and we could recognize it on other worlds, so they should be able to recognize it on ours.
Yeah.
But I think that this particular testimony almost boiled down to, well, you know, I didn't see anything, but somebody told me that they saw something.
Right.
You know, and so I think, yeah, there's a possibility that some of these flying saucers are actually alien built, although they don't necessarily have to have aliens aboard them. They could be alien AI.
Yeah, it's like drones.
Drones.
Yeah.
That's probably far, far more likely.
Yeah. Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? If they're so advanced, you wouldn't send yourself, would you? You'd send something robotic to view
right.
the planet.
Especially if the trip is going to take. Yeah, exactly right. Like, especially if the trip is going to take 40, 80, 500 years.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to pack yourself in your alien black dog up and and head on over, you know, to the nearest star system.
Yeah.
So I think the chances of some robotic craft maybe coming here, it's possible.
Yeah.
But it's probably not probable.
Right.
I think.
I guarantee that they'll rob the technology and use it as their own.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, first bloody thing they'll do. Yeah.
Strip it down and use it.
Yeah, they'll reverse engineer it and send one back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly right.
So,
and but this is an amazing time to be alive. It really is.
Everyone's
we're
saying,
on the verge of finding life on other worlds. We're on the verge of computers reaching sentience.
Yeah.
We're, at the cusp of the AI revolution.
Yeah.
There are so many things happening now.
With that in mind, how far away do you think we are from the singularity, from humans and machines becoming one, essentially? Human mind being uploaded to a computer? How far away do you think we are from that?
Just gotta have a drink for this one.
Yeah. Hold on to your seats.
Yeah, I gotta have a drink for this one. I think I'm gonna need something stronger than coffee. I think you lads have it right.
Yeah, a couple of beers.
Here's a pint. And so there's not. I don't think there's gonna be one specific day.
Yeah.
That the singularity happens, that humans and computers, let's say, intertwine.
Right.
I think it's going to be a stage of different events.
Yeah.
That go on, and one thing that's certainly going to be driving it is artificial intelligence. There's going to be the advent of quantum computers.
Right.
Now. Soon that will be able to do operations trillions or hundreds of trillions of times faster than today's machines. It's just, that's going to change everything. Of course, one of the cool things about AI, my wife, Nicole Hennig, does a lot of work with AI and she in education, and she I was listening to something with her the other day, and they were some people were postulating about how quickly AI will develop.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, there's different ways of thinking about it. And they're estimating that AI may reach the intelligence of the average human being.
Yeah.
In probably 3 to 5 years.
That's a little scary.
That's very quick as well.
It'll grow exponentially from there.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly. Exactly. And 10 times more intelligent and even 100 times more intelligent
Yeah.
could happen seconds later.
Right. Because they've already hit that point of intelligence, haven't they? Yeah, makes sense.
And think about like how this is going to change what we even think of as knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. We think of ourselves as somewhat intelligent. We may, maybe dolphins have something to say about that.
Right.
All right. But if we try to explain something like physics or, quantum physics to a dog, they're just going to sit there and stare at you wanting a one. Yeah. Exactly. And they're just going to sit there at you like wanting a snack. Like, And so think about that. The dog, let's say, or a cat or has a certain limit to their intelligence that they can't realistically get past.
Yeah.
As far as we know. I mean, maybe there's, some feline Albert Einstein out there postulating the theory of everything, I was talking, getting a little bit of a tangent here, but I swear I'll come back. A couple of years ago, I was talking with Neil deGrasse Tyson about this.
Yeah.
And he was saying, it's like, even if some dolphin figures out that, these things happening in our early universe.
Yeah.
If they don't have the hands and to create a machine to test that.
Yeah.
That figuring out that knowledge is going to make for a really short night at the dolphin bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the thing is that AI could ask questions that we don't even know enough to ask.
Yeah.
And then
We become the dogs looking for snacks.
Yeah, we become the dogs with the snacks. But some people do believe that AI will become our leaders, and we'll just be, fixing them. We'll just be people that repair them.
Yeah.
As the leaders.
We'll become the people washing the dishes instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. It will be trying to tell us, some mystery thing, and the answer to some mysterious, all-encompassing question, and we'll be just staring at it like a dog, saying, "What is that?"
Yeah.
We'll just turn them off and on again. They'll be all right.
Reboot
it. And I mean, it's there certainly are some dangers.
Yeah.
To the rise of AI, but man, there's a hell of a lot of dangers to the leadership, the human leadership we have now as well.
Yeah. Well, they're on about doing cyborgs, aren't they? Like using neurons and AI to make the simulation of, say, that if you lost a leg, then they can simulate a robot leg, and then the AI controls your leg type thing in your neurons in your brain.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that they don't put a chip in chip in it from a tap dancer.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's the potential.
Yeah.
Of artificial intelligence is just absolutely incredible. And the thing is that it will also be able to do things, and it's already being used for this, is searching out all this old data, all these information from radio telescopes and from other instruments.
Yeah.
Looking over data that no human could possibly look over. There's just too much of it.
Yeah, but an AI could, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like putting a planet of astronomers on this data, and the same thing can be done with medicine.
Yeah.
You know,
The issue comes.
test 10,000. What's that?
I was going to say the issue comes when AI learns to lie.
When
You ask it a question.
People know how to lie as well.
Yeah.
But
If we
actually,
want- So if we want to use AI to speed up our process of exploring space or learning all these things, if AI learns to lie to us for its own benefit, then it gets pretty scary.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Because it can lie about certain data and
Yeah.
hurt someone.
And that becomes a dark movie.
right.
So it already has been.
And of course, yeah, and intentional lying
Yeah.
could definitely be an issue now, because nothing is perfect to start with. There are or currently what are called hallucinations.
Right.
You can ask an AI to write a script for you about black holes.
Yeah.
And and it used to be that it would even some of them would even put up fake references
Yeah.
that looked real.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I got
this in from.
It just pulls it from
What's
the
that?
internet, doesn't it? So it doesn't know if it's lying or not. It just pulls it from the internet.
Yeah.
And then just throws it into an essay.
Yeah, some do, and
Yep.
some don't.
Right.
The ChatGPT. There's an older version of ChatGPT that's free, that's not connected to the internet, but like the Bing AI is connected
Yeah.
to the net, and it's nice because it actually now does throw references in.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, admittedly, are Wikipedia, but still, it's
Yeah.
But still, I think that's really improving, and I think hallucinations, these accidental misstatements or whatever, are probably also going to be a thing of the past within a couple of years.
Right.
Those bugs are being worked out.
Yeah.
But I mean, who? The other question is who controls it as well. Like any other tool.
Yeah.
Well, then you're looking at iRobot, the film.
Yeah.
You've got one central
what I was
AI
thinking of.
controlling
Yeah.
the other AIs.
That's the first thing I thought of when they were talking
Yeah.
AIs.
Right.
Right. That's interesting. I mean, and maybe just to go with Asimov, maybe the three laws of robotics.
Yeah.
Might
Could
help.
possibly be used as a general guiding philosophy for artificial intelligence.
Right. So if aliens did exist and we captured them, that means they're smarter than us. That means they already made AI. That means AI already became leaders of the aliens. That means we captured AI.
Yeah,
Got
but
it,
you
boys.
have to ask yourself, if humans could capture the aliens, how smart were they really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fascinating, but when you had mentioned earlier about something about reverse engineering
Yeah.
anything, and if you did find some sort of alien technology, possibly it could be something really cool. Hey, look, I got myself a warp engine. Ain't that nifto?
Yeah.
And but when you think about archaeology,
Yeah.
all right, most of the tablets that we find, and most of the artifacts are not, great works of poetry.
Right.
They are not, secrets about, great leaders. They're like, hey, dude, that tin I bought from you the other day really sucked, okay? It's like complaint letters. It's like ancient Karens. And all right, and receipts. Do you know how many receipts archaeologists have found? And it would likely be the same thing with finding any alien artifacts. We'd be less likely to find warp engines and more likely to find like alien combs and toothbrushes.
Yeah, but we might not be able to reverse it because we might not have them materials on Earth to remake it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely an option. I mean, and it's fascinating. I mean, just think about it. The same thing with alien signals, intelligent signals.
Right.
All right, from outer space. I mean, yeah, a lot of people think, oh, we're going to get this, prime number sequence. It's going to be directed directly towards Earth.
Yeah.
And, and then it's going to be coded, and there's been so many movies,
Yeah.
based on that sort of thing. But the percentage of intelligent signals directly headed towards Earth compared to the amount of junk signals
Yeah.
that are out there means that if we find when and if we find intelligent alien signals, it's probably going to be freaking alien soap operas. Commercials. Fire. Hi, I'm Crazy Singo. Fire. Use flying saucer from me.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah, and they could be 10,000 or more years old by the time we receive them.
Yeah.
That alien civilization might not even be where the,
I know,
where
yeah,
the
it
signal
might be
came
gone.
from
Exactly.
at that point when we get it.
Exactly that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It could be, these signals could be, you said 10,000 years old, and
Yeah.
and they may not be around anymore. Or maybe they are now, and when we send a signal, it takes 10,000 years to get back there.
Yeah.
And they're gone by then, and or we're gone.
Yeah.
It's quite the possibilities are pretty endless, but I don't think it's going to be. I think a lot of these big changes that are coming are not going to happen in one big, huge step.
Right.
Sentience of computers may be an exception to that, but things like finding life on alien worlds, it's probably going to come when we first see too much oxygen or too much methane in the atmosphere of
Yeah.
the moon or planet, and people are going to sit here on Earth going, "Oh, we think it's life. Oh no, it's not life. I never heard of life happening. It can't be true.
Right.
Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Why don't you just get off social media?" This is not going to be. This is not going to be one quick thing. You know what I mean? And but I think it's nearly inevitable that all of these things are going to happen, and the singularity when computer intelligence becomes sentient,
Right.
is just one part of what's going to happen in the next couple of decades, anyway.
Right.
And
Yeah, it's crazy to
but it's
think
not the
we will see it in our
Yeah,
lifetime.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is.
Yeah.
right, and that's only one thing. So you have AI. And or quantum computing, developing human sentience. You have the finding of life on other worlds.
Yeah.
You have people who are going to be living in space colonies on the moon, on Mars, on oceans. Okay.
Yeah.
And what that means is that we are also very, very likely to see the formation of hundreds or thousands of new countries
Right.
over the next 30 years.
Yeah.
And the nations that exist today are going to become largely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Not even living on planets. It's a possibility you'd have people living in the asteroid belt mining. You could have colonies out there, not just
Yeah,
planets.
it's a possibility.
In the asteroid.
In the asteroid belt, yeah.
Oh, right,
So
yeah,
beyond
like
Mars, there's
like
a
we can
lot.
mine,
There'll be a
yeah.
lot of material, water, metals
yeah.
inside there. Colonies living out on asteroids, mining.
Right.
Space
That'd be
station.
scary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that job.
My payroll.
It'd be very dangerous, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just picturing, little J.R.R. Tolkien, dwarves in, in astronaut helmets, singing away.
Yeah. So I believe
the asteroids.
Sorry, I was going to say I believe there's they have storms on Saturn that last 100 years. So how does that work? Is that like a normal storm that you'd have on Earth, like thunder, lightning, all that, or is it a different type of storm?
Right. That is a great question. The answer is it's really a different kind of storm because the big storm, I think you're talking about the polar regions of Saturn, is a hexagon.
Right.
And we just don't get storms like that here on Earth.
Right.
So that's really gives astronomers a great chance to study something that we just don't see on Earth. And there's a lot of questions out there about how and why this storm formed into such a hexagon shape.
Right.
But like you said, it appears to be extremely stable.
Right.
And the great red spot on Jupiter has been.
Oh yeah, is that the little circle?
Years.
Is it? Oh, love art, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a little oval type thing. And It's it's been getting a little less red over the last few decades, but it's still going on.
Right.
It's pretty amazing. I'm just glad we don't have storms like that here on Earth,
Yeah. Take us out.
Just have to get used to it, Third Thursday of every month is storm day.
I can't remember what planet it is, but I'm sure one of them's got diamond rain.
Diamond rain?
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure the pressure is so much that it forms diamonds and rains diamonds.
Right.
So imagine that on Earth.
Right.
You'd be rich if we lived.
You'd be rich, but yeah.
Not rich, but scratch marks all
Your
over you.
structures would be falling apart. Come through your roof.
A diamond land on your coffee table.
Yeah.
Right. Worlds with diamond rain. There's worlds that where rains lava.
Lava?
Oh, wow. I won't be on that world. I'll be in the diamond one.
Yeah, that's probably not a great place to be.
Right.
There's at least one exoplanet known where it rains molten iron.
Right.
Venus rains sulfuric acid.
Still choose the diamond world.
Yeah. But if you talk multiverse, wouldn't it be possible to rain,
I think it'd be
rain
off
like
diamond,
chickens?
Crocodile comes from the sky.
I swear I thought chickens could fly.
They can in space.
Yeah. It's and so what's really kind of scary though, and I think there's always been this penchant for that where people tend to reject curiosity
Right.
a lot, and and so I think that what's happening now, and it's been going on for quite a while, but I think it's getting a lot worse over the last few years, is people refusing to give any credence to learning and education in science.
Right.
At a time when our societies are innately and dependent upon science and technology,
Yeah.
to provide a better life for everyone.
Do you think there's a reason behind that?
I think there's probably a few reasons.
Right.
I think that there's a lot of barriers up to science. A lot of people can't afford courses, for instance. There's financial barriers. There's a barrier of science being too dispersed
Yeah.
Like no one knows who it is on YouTube that actually knows what they're talking about and who is,
Right.
like who's a quack,
Yeah.
And there's also, I think, one of the biggest ones, is that it's science is not seen as fun. It's seen as a very dry, boring
Yeah.
subject. And I think what's great is what you folks do is, trying to make science
A bit more fun. That is
bit
what
more
you
fun.
do yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I've
right. Yeah.
I've grown up on science fiction. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
The amount of sci-fi shows I've watched that.
Dan is what some people would call a nerd.
Yeah, happily hold my hands up.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I have watched many of sci-fi
Yeah.
and love them all. Stargate,
Yeah,
Expanse,
yeah.
Star
Battlestar
Wars,
was one of the best
Battlestar,
ones.
Star Trek, everything. Recently, Foundation is amazing.
I've been watching. I watched
Foundation
that last
is
night. It looks
fantastic.
really good.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, James. Just chatting away.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like a fly in the wall.
Me and my brother, we get together. We're always talking about the latest things we see, and
Yeah,
always
the
following
sci-fi.
NASA
Yeah,
and
right.
all that. Yeah, fantastic. Love it all.
Yeah, and the two definitely feed off of each other.
Yeah.
Science and science fiction, and when it's done right, as Asimov did,
Yeah.
Andy Weir, some science fiction could be one of the greatest portals to learning science.
It kind of inspires science as well, science fiction, things that they
Yeah, it
think
does.
up and then have now come to life.
Yeah.
You think of the communication device in Star Trek with the little flip-up phones.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
seemed crazy
Right.
then, and now it's like everyone's got them walking around
Now
in the
we're
pocket.
past that
So
point with a smartphone.
I
yeah.
also think science fiction is a big part of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It inspires the science of the future sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Kirk had a flip phone,
Yeah.
400 years from now, and they're already outdated.
Yeah.
If you were walking down the street carrying a flip phone, people would be looking weird at you.
Yeah. I believe you wanted to ask a question, Tom. About
Related. Yeah, we were having a conversation earlier about warp drive or some sort of faster than light.
no,
device.
I was on about the lightsabers, but
Oh, no, not that one. That's a later topic. But no, just coming back to the faster than light thing because we were talking about it earlier, weren't we?
Yeah, I think for us to
Personally,
really
like,
explore, we would need something.
we would
that
need
travels.
something, yeah, with a bit more speed than just rocket engines. Do we think that's a possibility in the
Right.
near future?
Right. It's a great question. I don't know if you've ever read The Physics of Star Trek by
I just
Lawrence
watched them.
Krauss.
obviously Dan.
Yeah.
How would you use that?
I've seen little bits about warp drives and bending space and,
Right.
and things like that, about how it's not like the equations, Einstein's equations don't disprove that we can do it.
Right.
It's just
We're not there yet.
we're not there yet. The amount
Yeah.
of energy we need and the materials we haven't quite got, and
Yeah.
particles that we don't know exist or haven't found
Right.
or created yet. But
Okay.
the equations don't disprove it.
Right?
Right. You're exactly spot on.
Yeah.
Now with your one way you Einstein's equations say you can't travel through space faster than the speed of light or at the speed of light.
Yeah.
But that does not necessarily mean that you have to cross all that space.
Yeah.
But to warp space, to travel over a shorter period, shorter distance,
Yeah.
we think it would have to be done with particles that we don't know if exist yet, called solions.
Right.
But here's the trick. If you had a path of solions between point A and point B, maybe you could warp space and, do 4 light years in less than 4 years. But you can only lay down that path of solions, as far as we know, at a speed lower than the speed of light.
Right.
So you'd have to, this path might be able to get you there faster, but you have to build the path first.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to take the long
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The long journey.
You know what I mean? So it's a bit like
Building
saying,
motorways
Yeah,
and
Yeah, that's how motorways we made.
Hopefully they don't go down for repairs as much as we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, potholes in space, that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Pull over and change your space pull over and change your space tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I would not want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it, I was spare. I should have brought that along.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's just 4 light years. I'll be right back.
I suppose the other option is teleportation.
Yeah, that's what we're not
that's
talking
another
about.
option. Yeah. That was another thing.
I'm sure they've done it with particles over short distances, but
Well, like on Willy Wonka.
yeah, I'm sure there was papers released where they've managed to move a particle from one place to another.
Right.
But even then, I'm not sure if it's true teleportation. It was more like they destroyed it there and recreated it over there.
All right.
Right,
So you just
if we're talking,
copied.
Yeah, so
You're
if we're
talking about
talking
facts.
Star Trek though, that's what they do. They decompose someone to just duplicate it and remerge them somewhere
I'm
else.
sure
So
they've
if we're
done
talking,
it just on a very small scale.
Yeah.
You're just
Just
talking
atoms rather than
You were talking about a fax machine.
yeah. That's it.
Interstellar 3D facts.
Yeah. Just send people through a fax machine. Teleport.
Yeah, essentially.
I've done it. I've created the 3D transporter. Let's test it out. Hits button.
starts typing letters out as well.
So, yeah, do you think teleportation's ever going to be a thing?
That is a great question.
Needs a cup of a drink now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think that it's theoretically possible, and like you said, they've done it with particles and sort of. It's more like you're switching the numbers, transporting numbers, but it's I don't see it happening in the short term.
Right.
You're not getting a cup, just transporting over, transporting yourself over to your store to pick up some groceries. I don't see that happening.
Well, at that point, the
Anytime
groceries will be
soon.
coming to us.
Exactly. Well, I mean, there are the delivery services, aren't there? But I think possibly in a few hundred years, but I'd probably put that down to the 2 to 300 year.
Right. Wouldn't it have to break you down as a person into billions of microbes or
gonna lead
something
into
and
my
then
next
send
question.
you somewhere else? Surely that'd kill you alone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what it does,
I have a solution.
Go on.
don't kill them.
No, so if we come to a point, don't kill them. If we come to a point where you can upload your human mind and consciousness to a computer,
Right.
and send that over
Right. Well, that
the speed of light to another
That was
one
related
and put
to the
your
question as
mind
well.
into another robot body, therefore you're
that's Black Mirror, that.
That's kind of linking to what I was going to say about biometrics, because I know we've got like thumbprints, hand
so
scanners, but like
you would do it that
copying
way.
and saving human
Yeah,
DNA, because that's kind of like linked to transport and stuff as well.
Okay, that's how I'd do it.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it's a little bit what's done with Avatar.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
If it's not the
Yeah.
second one, don't spoil it. I haven't seen that yet.
No, even in the original, they were basically transporting consciousness into other bodies.
Bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about this now. If you have, if you're able to upload someone's consciousness, their personality, their memories into a computer,
Yeah.
never mind transporting them, what you've just created as soon as you uploaded that is immortality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite literally, yeah.
And you could actually live for your mind could
Yeah.
live forever.
But that mind in the computer wouldn't have any new memories, so you'd have to keep saving it like a save file.
Don't forget
update
what, turn autosave on.
Don't unplug your USB while you're transferring your
on.
memories.
rock falling from a cliff. My
Quick
last,
save.
my last words, turn on autosave!
Just don't add any cheats or it won't save.
But that's something else that's absolutely incredible. I mean, that's going to probably be coming out in the next few decades.
Right.
Our minds
Yeah,
will likely have a chance at immortality for our minds.
So Elon Musk is meant to be on about putting a chip in everyone's brains, isn't there?
He's also the same guy who's named his kid after letters and numbers, so you know.
Right.
No, I'm sure he's actually got permission to test it as well.
He's got permission.
To test it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Neuralink, is it?
Neuralink, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned.
What is your take on that? The Neuralink? Would you have it yourself? If you can gain access to data?
It might be, if I want to learn something, it might be easier to read a book. I'm not sure not sure I would do it.
He's saying...
How about you? Would you do it?
But yeah, probably. He's saying that it's going to be mainly for people that are losing limbs and that to start with. And then later on, people will be able to read each other's minds through the Neuralink.
I just think the possibilities are amazing. I mean,
if
give
it's
it a few years, tested and everything, I would do it.
If it can be created
Once it's
and
been
mastered,
tested and-
the amount of things that can be done, you can literally like stream mental content to one another.
You're augmenting
Yeah.
your human body with computers.
Yeah. But then that is the point where you become a cyborg, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's interesting. And I mean, what if instead of surgical implanting, it was just some sort of little headpiece?
Yeah, like a VR headset, but
Kind
like
of
a hat.
similar to Apple's new Apple VR thing. It's kind of
No, that's rubbish.
I haven't seen fully into it. I haven't seen fully into it, but it's kind of like it's just a way of bridging communication, just with
The overpriced
reality.
Oculus, is that?
quite literally, yeah.
Right. But now, you connect these things together and make it so that, you can interact with people,
Yeah.
from headset to headset.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Right.
And then you'll be
Yeah,
able to
just
hack
being able to-
humans.
But some people already believe that we're in a simulation already.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
and
absolutely
I've
possible.
also seen this as well, but
I've
it's
seen
also
it as
very minute. The chance that we're in a
Yeah,
simulation
yeah.
is very minute. I've actually
Yeah,
seen Neil deGrasse
yeah.
Tyson talking about it, but
Right.
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's kind of interesting that the James Webb Telescope
Yeah.
just recently found a giant question mark in space. So, maybe that's the glitch, the little
File
Easter
couldn't be
egg.
found.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it could be the Easter egg that, some programmer put in. Like, if you found this, you've clued on to the idea we're in a simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really, but it's a possibility.
Right.
It's like
that we are in
questioning
a
AI would be
simulation. I
creepy.
don't think so. It seems to me to be superfluous. Like
Right.
there's really no need for it. I think that the idea that the universe came out of the Big Bang and energy cooled into hydrogen and helium and that formed stars and galaxies, what have you, is a simpler
Right.
explanation.
So, I'll go into flat Earth again. We had a guest on recently who is neither flat Earth or round Earth. He doesn't believe in anything, basically. And
These ovals.
yeah. But his theory is that flat Earthers believe that we're flat Earth with a dome around and that we've never been to space, which would debunk your parents actually having that piece on the moon. What do you think about it? Well, we did actually come across that Disney owned NASA at one point, the place where they recorded apparently. So they think that the moon landing was recorded in Disney.
Yeah.
Conspiracy is true.
All right, here one of the there could be a lot of different ways of debunking the idea and showing that it was possible to go to the moon despite having only 8K of computer memory aboard.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah. But what I like is the opposite.
Right.
Is the opposite take on this, which is the fact that if NASA, no matter how much NASA spent,
Yeah.
no matter how much Disney or any other, film companies put into this,
Yeah.
there is no way they could have faked such realistic moon landings
Yeah.
in 1968, 69.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the CGI.
I mean,
back
have
then.
you seen special effects from then?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Also,
like freaking 20 monkeys throwing a stick up into the air.
I also think the Russians would have also disproved it by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were, because they were quite
Because
close
it was
to
a
America.
race, and if they'd faked it, Russia would have
Yeah,
said
they want to be
something
happy about it. Yeah.
Right. So not only could, and as Neil deGrasse Tyson pointed out, I mean, the Saturn V rockets had something like 7.5 million pounds of thrust
Right.
at liftoff. Where do you think they were going?
Just going to Starbucks.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Going for the morning coffee.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Starbucks wouldn't have to change their name
Heading
when
up
they
to
open a
shops,
coffee
they want
restaurant
to
in
eat.
space.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah. But honestly, the faking the moon landing couldn't have been done
No.
back then.
No.
Which is pretty amazing. And I just love the whole idea of returning to the moon, hopefully within a couple of years, and then having different nations, China and Russia and India, and private industries, SpaceX, Pulsar Fusion, all these, building human habitations on the moon, and they'll likely be at the South Pole.
Yeah, replacement for the International Space Station.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Russia and China pulled out of that, either to do their own space station now, I think. But
Right.
it's old, so put one on the moon. I think
Yeah.
that would be
A
better.
little colony or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the U.S. Congress forbid NASA from allowing Chinese taconauts aboard the ISS.
Right.
Oh, really?
And but Russia was a part of it until friction over the Ukraine war.
Yeah.
And so even though they threatened to pull out, they're still there. They're not really pulling out. Maybe we are pulling. Whatever. But the Chinese and the Russians have recently agreed to build a lunar outpost.
Right.
A human lunar outpost together.
Right.
It's the only way it works. They need to get rid of all conflict
Yeah.
if we're going to really open out into space.
Right.
And that's one of the great promises of space travel.
Yeah.
All right. If we have humans en masse in space, tens or hundreds of thousands or a million people living off the Earth, that can only be done by international and intercorporate cooperation.
Right.
If you're living on Mars, you might be living in a habitation built by Americans with breathing air filtered by the Chinese systems, drinking water from Russian systems,
Yeah.
being supplied with food from SpaceX, and at that point, who do you really give your allegiance to?
Right.
And
So who
the
can you
answer's going
trust?
to be no one.
Yeah.
Right. And and the thing is, you can't say, those dirty so-and-sos, because they're drinking their water or, breathing their air.
Yeah.
And so it's going to make war and border conflicts and what have you on Earth remote, and really people just won't care. It'll become as remote and meaningless as wars between Athens and Sparta are to us today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
it needs to happen, or will be forced to happen. One of the two.
Yeah.
And and it's our only real means to survival. If and for the last 75 years, we've been held hostage by the threat of nuclear annihilation.
Yeah.
And of course, we're killing the planet through global climate change. And there's so if anything really, really goes wrong on Earth, if two leaders get into a fight get into a Twitter feud or start shooting down each other's weather balloons,
Right.
the Earth could, life on Earth could be wiped out largely
Yeah.
in the course of an afternoon.
Right.
But the people living on the Moon and Mars will still be, hopefully, alive
Yeah.
and able to carry on the human race.
Right. So Bill Gates is on about releasing a cloud of reflective clouds to cool down the Earth. Do you think that's a possibility, or do you think that's a lot of waffle?
Theoretically,
Yeah.
it could be done.
Right.
It could also be, there's also people working on doing that over oceans.
Yeah.
But the problem is when we have a pretty delicate ecosystem, and yes, it can rebound, but we don't know a lot of what's going on out there and how things interact with one another, migration patterns, and
Yeah.
chemical reactions with some trace element in the ocean, what have you. So I think that's a little bit dangerous in the sense that you don't quite know what you're doing and you're adding stuff in
Yeah.
that just disperses and goes everywhere on the farmlands and water supplies. What I would like to see, actually, I think it's a good idea to shade some of this light, because the reason global warming is happening is because sunlight comes in, passes through our atmosphere, hits something on the ground, all right?
Yeah.
But when it comes back up, it's reflected at a different wavelength,
Right.
an infrared light. And those wavelengths are picked up or absorbed by carbon dioxide, by water, by methane. And then that raises the temperature of the atmosphere, which raises the temperature of everything, like wearing an electric blanket.
Right.
So one way of dealing with this is to not have as much light come in the first place.
Right.
Or to have it reflect off at wavelengths that don't get picked up by CO2 and such. But what I would like to see actually would be shields in space.
Right.
And sort of like giant umbrellas.
Yeah.
Let's say, and then you could fold, retract, or expand out those umbrellas depending on how much shade you need where.
Okay.
And actually, I worked out the math for this, and it really, the average area on Earth would only have to see about 1.5% less light than they do now, which basically means 4.5 extra shady days a year.
Yeah. Right.
The effect should not be that bad for humans or for crops, But I'm a little wary of sending any chemicals,
into the
chemicals into waterways or the atmosphere. I'd much rather have them be out in space where we can control them, and and we can even actually use the same collectors, put a bunch of solar panels on them,
right,
and collecting energy,
absorb the energy.
And you can turn that into electricity, which could power the engines to control the spacecraft, and could be converted into a microwave laser, energy for a microwave laser to beam energy back to Earth,
right?
Which would also solve the problem of clean energy.
Yeah. That sounds like a better solution. than a chemtrail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have so much potential coming in the
Yeah.
next few decades. I just really hope the human race is up for it because
Yeah, there's a lot coming, isn't there?
there's a lot coming really soon.
Yeah. Terminator's on its way.
Back.
Yeah. I mean, it could be, and it could be, AI and quantum computing and finding life, and the end of nations could be the greatest thing to ever happen to the human race.
They almost
Yeah.
seem like a certainty. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
Quite literally, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And you think about millions of years ago when some of our hominid ancestors first came down out of the trees and began to, forage around on the savanna plains. It's we could see as big of a step as that
Yeah.
in the next 30 to 40 years.
That's scary.
And it's already unfolding. It's incredible.
Yeah.
There's an ancient curse, as I understand. This is probably apocryphal, but supposedly there's a ancient Chinese curse that says, "May you live in interesting times."
Right. All right.
And and we're certainly, most people alive today are going to be living through interesting times.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So you're going to ask me about your lightsaber, Tom?
Yeah.
Yes, when are we getting lightsabers?
Next Thursday.
I'll get mine on order.
Pretty hard tonight.
Can it wait till Friday? I can pay that.
Lightsabers, cool idea. The notion that you could create this powerful laser type beam
Yeah.
that could slice through doors and floors and what have you. It's pretty cool. The real problem is in stopping it. I mean, right now you could probably have a room size laser
Yeah.
that can burn through 4 inches of aluminum, and but you're not going to be carrying that around to Mustafar, are you? And but that's technology. That part is technology.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple hundred years from now, that room, or 100 years from now, that room of lasers will be down to something you could hold in your hand. But the problem is stopping the beam.
Yeah. Well, they said they need
That's
like some
pretty
kind of
good.
mirror reflection almost to bounce it
Right.
back. Yeah.
Right. And they might find a way of doing it.
Yeah.
But right now, that's the technological hurdle of even making a lightsaber that you couldn't carry around. The problem right now is stopping the beam.
Yeah. I think the closest they've got,
but
is fire,
absolutely
isn't it?
possible.
Yeah.
They've got the fire one, haven't they? Where it's like flames.
Yeah, I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
where
the
they made it.
closest they've been so far of just flames.
Super heater rod.
Yeah. That guy made it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes all
Did
sorts
Darth Maul have one of those?
Maybe.
So my next question
it's-
is, it's not next Thursday then.
Yeah. It's probably not next Thursday. No. Yeah.
Hundreds of
Have your
years,
hopes
Tom.
up then? Have your hopes up?
Yeah, it's that's probably one of the more that's probably one of the Star Wars sci-fi type devices that we'll see fairly early on. It's one of the more realistic
Yeah.
ones. Now, one that we might actually see in our lifetime are replicators.
Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, the
Robots.
laser guns.
Like robots that will replicate
Yeah.
themselves.
So
Oh, right.
yeah, so instead of having to
Yeah,
make something,
yeah.
you just say it and it'll kind of like kind of like a transport. It'll just
Right.
make it for you right,
Right.
there.
That's a fax machine again.
It pretty,
Kind of like Cloudy
Yeah,
with a
it
Chance of
pretty
Meatballs,
much-
if you ever watched that.
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, it would be, a little device, and you walk up to it and you say, give me a grilled cheese with tomato, and
I'd like to sound like
Right.
open up a door and there's your grilled cheese with tomato.
Yeah.
And that technology could realistically grow out of our current 3D printing
Yeah.
technology. Right now, it's mostly plastics or metal.
Yeah.
But, most organic stuff is based on carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Yeah.
And, nitrogen, whatever, phosphorus, and trace elements. But if you could get a 3D printer
Yeah.
to print out using those molecules and those atoms, you could theoretically print out a
Yeah.
grilled cheese sandwich. You could
Right.
theoretically print yourself out lunch, with a plate.
So I was actually going to ask, would it be possible to make a smelly vision then? A smell-o-vision, where you can smell it. So you said to make a grilled cheese. Would that come with no scent? Because they don't like to send
Let's
smells.
hope so.
They don't like to send smells
Yeah.
out, do they?
So basically,
It'd be like a pizza with no smell.
well, what I
cardboard.
was thinking is you've got kids saying like, "Oh, when's my snack ready?" She's like, 1 sec, it's in the 3D printer.
It's printed out.
Print it out right now.
Yeah.
You can have it
Yeah,
in
let me
10.
turn on the smell-o-vision and get the kids in.
So do you think we'll ever be able to send smells to people? Like you would send a picture or a sound?
Don't
That's
smell
an
this.
interesting
PDF.
idea, and it would seem that would just be another outgrowth of the same sort of technology.
Yeah.
What sort of smells are in the air, create a certain scent
Yeah.
with molecules and go into it, then you should be able to just print that and send it up into the air.
Yeah.
Just bypass the
and
nose
now,
completely.
Yeah.
Do it through
Yeah.
electrical signals into your brain and bypass the nose. So you
Oh,
think
yeah,
you're
so
smelling
you
it.
think you smell
you
it.
think you're
Yeah.
smelling it.
Well, I've tried that.
Kind of
with-
like that nano chip that we were talking about as well. It could simulate in your brain what the smell is.
Yeah, but it doesn't work because I bought a bottle where it has a little thing that you put on top and you smell a scent and it's supposed to make the water taste like that scent. But it doesn't work. It just smells, the water just smells nice.
Your brain's
So there are like
incompatible.
actual different scents that you
Yeah, so you can get different ones.
Like raspberry
you buy
water.
it, you can get like blackcurrant and stuff
Bit like a
that.
scratch and
you
sniff
put it
thing.
on the bottle and you're supposed to be able to taste the blackcurrant. But you can't, you just smell it nice.
That's like them videos you see going about. Someone sniffs a cheeseburger and then they have a bit of a cucumber.
Yeah,
Tastes the same.
Trick the mind. Yeah. So it doesn't always work.
Your mind's incompatible, Steve.
I've got a broken mind.
Yeah, I mean that would be amazing though. Can you imagine like flipping scents? Like you're blindfolded and like you're eating chips or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
treat yourself.
And but it smells like cucumber.
Yeah. That'd be weird.
It would be.
It would.
These chips taste funny.
That's how you get away with rubbish food in space. It smells like chips, but you're not eating chips, really.
Yeah. It's always toothpaste. isn't it?
Broccoli. Yeah.
Tofu or something.
Have you personally ever tasted space food like that toothpaste looking stuff?
I have actually.
You have?
I used to manage a science and nature store for a few years,
Right.
and we used to sell a lot of astronaut food. And
Right.
yeah,
So what is it? Is it like you get a Sunday roast in a tube?
Oh, no.
What type of stuff do you get, like a Sunday roast in a tube or?
So you don't have the option to
No,
sprouts
it's
out.
mainly like, I remember this. Of course, there's astronaut ice cream, which is the go-to. But yeah, I remember there were like freeze-dried strawberries in one, and they taste pretty much exactly like you'd expect them to taste. And it's kind of strawberry, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, even that's now. this brings to mind, of course, that food is getting better
Yeah.
for space travelers.
Right.
You know, I mean, the toothpaste thing is type thing is almost gone now, but you know, they're having, you know, freeze-dried food in packets, and you hook it up to a water valve, and the hot water comes in and heats it up and re-moisturizes it and stuff. But what's really, really neat, I think, is that a lot of people now are working on ways of turning lunar or Martian regolith, the ground, the dirt you find there, into fertile soil.
Yeah.
I've seen that in a movie before.
Martian.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to keep bringing, you know, thousands of, you know, launch, you know, rockets full of thousands of kilograms of food and water into, you know, constantly to the moon and Mars and what have you. You really going to need to grow food and produce water there.
Yeah.
And it's just so fabulous, like how these people are learning to grow gardens on the moon.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. China just recently got the first plant to grow on the moon. It didn't last long.
Right.
I think it's probably 2 leaves or 4 leaves.
Yeah.
Before perishing, but now I have a garden. I've done worse.
What would be the issue with just taking up your own soil?
Issue is the weight, the mass.
Yeah.
You're going to need to keep launching rocket after rocket after rocket, just filled with soil.
Well, each set of food you send up one bit of soil, and over time, the soil doesn't go bad. You're reusing it.
Yeah.
So surely they can. I mean, in the short term, that would be
1 bag of soil from B&Q.
In the short term, that would work.
Better.
All right. In the short term, that's probably exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're right. But in the long term, it's much easier, cheaper, faster to just you know, have a grinding machine that
can
moves along the lunar surface, grinding up a bunch of material for use not only as potting soil, but to turn into water and breathable oxygen.
Over time, as you're sending less food because they've got their own soil, the weight would be less. You're sending them less food and more soil.
Yeah, you don't have to send the soil or the food either because
they're growing their own. Then, so.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Send soil.
Is it like a charity donation? Send
£1
soil.
a month, you can send soil to Mars.
Yeah.
Right. But, you know, why send, you know, let's say 10 missions to send off, you know, 100,000 kilograms of soil when you could just do it with one launch, with a 600-pound grinding machine.
Yeah.
And, and 100 kilograms of chemicals or catalysts to turn the dirt that's already there into a growing medium.
Yeah. So this is going to sound like a daft question, but so what makes the moon visible to us? I know it's sun reflecting off it, but if you keep building on the moon, does that make the moon less reflectable?
Actually, you know what's this is one of the more interesting questions you could ask, actually. If you think of the color of the moon, you're looking at it up at night, what color is it?
It looks greyish, like a whitey grey.
Like a white to grey.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not.
Well,
it's actually really dark brown.
Dark brown.
It absorbs about 80% of the light that falls on it.
Right.
The reason it looks so bright is because the black sky around it is so much darker.
Right.
You know, your eye looks up at the moon and says, hey, what color is this? How bright is this thing? What color is it? Well, it's the brightest thing anywhere around, so it's gotta be white.
Yeah.
You know, but the moon is actually dark brown.
Right.
But But what happens is, of course, the moon orbits around the Earth as the Earth revolves around the sun. And just like a mirror,
Yeah.
light comes in from the sun, bounces off the moon like a mirror, and some of it bounces back down to us here on Earth.
Yeah.
Now, will building habitations there make it lighter or brighter? That really depends on how large they are
Yeah.
and what color
Right.
they are. If you're putting up things that are silver or white,
Yeah. It's gonna be brighter.
then it's going to reflect more light. But if anything,
A second sun.
right? But anything dark
Yeah.
could make it slightly darker. But the moon is a lot darker to begin with.
Yeah. There's actually a block, isn't there, that doesn't absorb any sun, and you can't see it by eye. What? Do you remember what I mean?
There is a black paint that we've.
Yeah, black paint. What's that called?
Is it Muso Black or something?
Something like that. There's a black that doesn't.
Vanta Black or something.
That's
as
the
well.
one, yeah. Vanta Black, and it doesn't absorb any sun or light at all, does it? It's just almost invisible, like a black hole.
What are you
isn't it?
saying? Cover the moon in it.
Cover the moon in it. Make it disappear.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you miss the moon up in the sky?
You would, yeah. That smiley face.
Yeah.
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 Spray
It's,
paint, spider
but
face and black.
a similar and yet wholly, utterly different idea that we about this is some people actually want to paint large surfaces on the Earth white,
And
so that
for
it
what reason?
reflects more
Reflects more
sunlight up,
Right.
without it being converted into so much of it being converted into infrared light.
Right.
Is a way of dealing with global climate change. But of course, the trouble is you would need to have roughly either 2 or 4% of the land surface painted
Yeah.
pure white for it to offset.
But again, that'd be a
the
weight,
CO2 emission.
issue again, wouldn't it? Sending loads of paint up. I mean, how much paint are you going to need to paint the moon?
They're talking about painting the planet.
B&Q won't have it out back.
You have to open like a DIY store on the moon.
Yeah. Just put Mick Jagger at the head of the whole painted black campaign.
Yeah.
But this is, it just absolutely amazes me
Yeah.
how much the world is going to change in the next 30, 40 years.
Yeah, it's a good time to be alive.
Brilliant, Tom.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And Tom's only
Possibly
young,
it is.
so you get to see it all.
I'm only 20 years old, so I get to see it all.
Yeah.
All happy. Even the lightsabers.
Yeah, I think I have a few good years left in me. I hope to see a lot of this happen,
Yeah.
And I'm just the rise of AI, artificial intelligence, is just so incredible because what we're able to do now with our shows, we have at the Cosmic Companion, have a weekly show, and we do a lot of video work, and we're just using artificial intelligence
Yeah.
all the way through, from helping to write the script to recording background images, background videos, music,
Yeah.
editing, post-production. It's just voices, animated characters. It's just absolutely astounding. And that technology is putting the power of mega film studios
Yeah.
into the hands of individual creators.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
and me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's going to upend the entertainment and education worlds.
Right.
I really believe,
Yeah.
and for the better.
Yeah, definitely. But well, we're coming to an end now. That's all we've got time for, unfortunately. But
Super.
I was going to play Fact or Reset, but we've already played that. I was actually going to make your own game called the Galactic Tick Boom, where you have to save the world by answering questions. But I never ended up doing it. So
So you've teased him by telling him
teased
what
him,
it
yeah.
is.
But there could be
You'll
a
have to
next
do-
time.
If there's a next
next
time,
time,
maybe
yeah.
Next time.
Yeah. It's been brilliant talking to
I
you
hope
once
so.
again. Learn loads again.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk with you folks.
Thanks for coming on.
I love Get Fact.
I'm surprised you've had time for us. You've been like talking to loads of guests lately. It's just constantly.
And and we're working on our first length feature film as well
Oh, brilliant.
called Gaia Rising,
Right.
which is a future history of the 21st century.
Brilliant.
Like
Well-
all these things we've been talking about that will happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to hear the story of people who are on the other side of it.
Yeah. And when will that be available?
Sometime next year.
Brilliant.
First trailer should be out in a couple of weeks.
Okay. And where can people find your own chats?
Sure. Head on over to thecosmiccompanion.net or check out our Substack at thecosmiccompanion.com.
Yeah.
And all over YouTube and Facebook and anywhere you'd expect me to find him.
Yep.
Expect to find me. I'm probably there.
Yeah, yeah. And all your videos are pretty wacky. It's a wacky take on space. I love it.
I try.
All right, James. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks. Great talking to
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, folks. It's always a pleasure.
All right.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we are back. That was another space chat with James Maynard. I still didn't ask him what his name
How to
is
say-
pronounced.
how to
Yeah,
pronounce
he's
his
always said
name.
Maynard because
Maynard.
it's Maynard, isn't it?
Maynard.
I think so.
That's
I'd
the proper way to say it.
I'd say Maynard.
James Maynard. Is that right? Still feel like saying it weird.
It's because you say everything weird. Steve.
But yeah, go and join him over with the Cosmic Companion on Facebook. Watch all his videos. It's pretty funny. But yeah, back to it. I might jump straight into ChatGPT, or what do you reckon?
Yeah, go for it.
Straight into it.
Straight into it.
Have you listened to this before? So
I've heard of it.
we've been talking about ChatGPT with James. It's AI. It just gives you responses.
Yeah.
Well, every week I ask it for like 5 unusual news from around the world, and the ChatGPT will just give me these random news stories. It can be a woman marries a snake in Minnesota, which happened on one of the episodes, and then the next episode it says woman murders a snake. It's like, is it the same woman? Did they fall out or something? Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Cue the music. You don't actually have to do anything now. That's what Stu normally says.
Yeah. Oh, I can say it if you want.
Go on then.
Cue the music.
A woman was attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time while mowing her lawn. So there's a snake story.
But was it the same woman?
What? A woman? A woman? Not
Yeah,
two
you're
women.
on about a woman marrying a snake.
Oh, right, the same. Yeah. Don't confuse the listeners. We can't have any.
Oh, we're going to start again now. From the top. Cue the
A
music.
woman was a woman was attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time while mowing her lawn. I can't even say it now. Man moving the lawn. A man was caught on camera taking dummies from babies' mouths in the UK. What's the purpose in that?
I don't
Like
know
taking a dummy from a baby.
I know, yeah. A bull escaped and charged along a US road. That happens all the time in Mexico, doesn't it? You see bulls running through town.
Oh, yeah.
Italy is spending 2.9 million to tackle an invasion of aggressive blue crabs. I don't know, we've got a
Alright,
different
then.
type of invasion of crabs in the UK, so.
Go clean for that one, though.
A bird escaped from its crate on a plane.
Oh, no.
New film.
And that's all from ChatGPT News.
303.
Over to you, Stu. Stu?
All right, Stu.
Where are you, Stu? Where you at? Let's ring Stu. That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
He's ignoring us.
Stuart.
Didn't expect that.
Stuart.
Ring him again, one more time. Come on.
He's not
Don't let
going
me
to
down.
He's in France. So
I don't care.
Playing home.
Bonjour.
Speakerphone. No, speakerphone.
This call, please hang up.
Oh,
He's buttoned.
yeah, he must have tried to ring back.
Come on, should have done that still.
Time is it in France? Same time here, or what?
I think so. It's
It's only an hour's difference.
Yeah, about an hour, yeah.
Oh, he's buttoned
wow.
us here. What's that? Is that the French version? Right, ringing.
No, just go baguette.
Let's give him a minute, because he's probably chatting
I
us.
put on airplane mode on because he forgot.
Probably.
What?
Yeah.
He could be on a plane on the way back. He's gone, shit, my phone's still on. Fucking airplane mode.
Have you tried ringing when you're on a plane? There's no signal. Well,
Yeah,
I've
you don't
tried.
get no signal whatsoever.
Didn't know of you, heck.
I tried to watch Netflix when I was going to Greece. It just didn't work.
It doesn't work. There's no point turning it off. You can't get a signal anyway.
Exactly.
Pointless. I did ever put my Waze maps on to see how fast I was going. He comes up and was like 120, 130. Oh, we're flying here.
Literally.
Like it's a Bugatti.
I feel like he's blanking us now.
He probably is. He's on holiday.
He's only visiting his sister.
It's still a holiday.
That's well tasted, I know.
You'd be bored of her already.
That's a new take on beer, that. It's nice, huh?
Stuart.
Ah, Stuart. You let us down there. Yeah.
I know you're visiting family priorities.
Over to you, Dan.
It's warm in here.
He's roasting it. How hot is it in
It's quite
here?
warm in here, yeah.
Proper hot.
And we're wearing long
Like,
sleeves
when I
as
was
well.
talking to James, I open that window. It's already open. Oh, I'm going to pass out.
It was nice when you opened that door, though.
yeah.
It brings in a little draft, doesn't it? A little-
That's when the dog was here as well. He's waggling his tail, giving me a little draft.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a malfunction. Your dog pulled the cable out of my headset.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
James was on earlier on
When he was
because this was
sat
all
over
down
here.
here. That's why I've pulled it onto the table.
All right.
Wrapped
Yeah,
around
he just-
he pulled it out. And I was like,
Yeah, he just unplugged it.
So Dan weren't listening for 10 minutes.
No, I plugged it in almost
Passed
straight
it to the
away.
wire straight
That's
away.
why it's up there.
Dan's like looking at the screen like, is no one talking? Fine, I'll talk. Yeah. I'll do a couple more things and
Speak of
then
the devil.
we'll get off. I've got loads of random facts, but I've got things I want to talk about. Are humans just aliens PCs?
So, The Matrix.
What do you mean?
Well, The Matrix, well, it's not aliens, is it? It's
What I'm
computers
thinking
that
is,
wear their
so our
batteries.
brain is, the CPU. Our heart is like the RAM. All that type of stuff. Our organs are like alien version of computer parts.
Yeah, well, what calculations?
So just think about it. If we die, like a computer would die, what would you do with it?
We just blue screen.
We'd take the parts out. When the parts that still work, we'd put it in a new computer.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to humans.
So you
Maybe aliens created us as a computer, and we'd have created you.
we are just organic computers.
Yeah, organic computers is what I'm saying.
Organic
Yeah.
computers.
Yeah,
Call us
from
Satans.
aliens that just dropped us off and thought that computer's good enough to run itself now, and now it'll fix itself. So maybe that's happened. I wish I brought that with James.
Yeah.
That was just a weird thought that went to me head the other day. I also came up with a new movie idea.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Have you cancelled your show now?
yeah, the show. We can't even mention the name of that. That one gets cancelled.
What show was that?
Oh, all the
He's trying to trick me there.
All them seasons you'd come over and talk to me about. I was like,
Yeah, that film was called. Yeah.
I know. I was trying to. I can't remember the name of the series. We named every episode. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, I remember.
But this movie anyway, in my head, I reckon it could be a Disney movie. It's shadow puppet movie. So basically, the shadows are what actually exists on the earth, and the humans are just like the puppets to the shadows, and the shadows are using the humans to to make the earth exist. So wherever the shadows go, the humans going, so the shadows walking and the humans actually just doing this, following type of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then the only time they get a time off is at night time, when the shadow's not there, because the lights are off.
And they give us our bodies back.
Yeah, the shadows just plot the bodies on the floor, like we don't exist, and then they go off doing their own thing at night. What do you think of that? I've never seen a Disney movie about shadows. No.
Is it a horror?
It could be. Could be. Yeah. You start
It
seeing
sounds
shadows
quite-
without bodies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. Interpret it.
There's something there. There's something there.
Some potential.
I can work on that. Yeah. Did you know that the average person will walk past a murderer 6 times in their life? So you'll
I thought you were going to say
walk
6
past
times a day, and I was going to say,
No.
I've already walked past 2 people today, so they're fucking psychos.
No, 6 people in your life that you walk past will be murderers.
Wow.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's probably already walked past 2 of them by now.
Yeah, I'm about a third of the way.
I lived across
he's
the
in a
road
room
from
with
one
2
of them,
other
didn't I?
people as well.
He's gone.
Is he gone, is he?
Gone?
He's gone.
Baguettes have moved in.
You're in a room with 2 other people right now.
I know, yeah. We were in creepy and said 1 in 3 people are serial killers.
There's
Hang
3
on,
of us
hang
here.
on,
Hang
hang
on
on.
a minute.
I'm not a serial killer yet. I've only killed once.
I'm on 6. It takes 7 to be a serial.
It must be you, Tom.
Milestone's nearly unlocked.
Oh, have you seen that new Netflix show that's in trouble? Netflix are in trouble for making this TV show.
What
No.
TV show?
It's called Down for Love. Have you heard of it?
Oh, I've watched it.
Yeah, you watched it?
Watched it.
Do you know what it's about?
Yeah.
Nope.
People
About
with
Down syndrome, on dates. Down for Love.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have chosen the words better, couldn't
They
they?
got a word
oh
in
my
the title
god, yeah, I
better,
can see
yeah.
why they're in trouble for that.
It's a bit weird.
They've got another one as well, haven't they? They've got I want to say they've got one for autism as well.
Autism.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got. I can't remember the name of the show, but they got one for autism as well. I think.
Right. Oh, I'll have to mention this one. Did you know that police play snooker? You know the traffic police?
Yeah, yeah.
They play snooker with the cars, apparently. So
What, try and direct yellow ones one way and...
No. So they'll pull over a red car, and then they'll pull over a coloured car, and that's what they'll do. And then they collect the points for it there, and whoever gets the highest points wins between the cops. So you if you're gonna get a car, don't get a red car because you're getting stopped more than any other colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? Get a white car. You never want to hit the white ball, do you? Get a white ball in, so get a white car.
White car, yeah.
You're safe with that. That's weird, isn't it? And I only heard about this recently, and somebody I knew got locked up, and he actually asked him, so I've heard this rumor that you play snooker, and he laughed and said, well, I don't have a snooker table anymore, but yeah, we used to. So, it's all in code. It's like, they don't want to admit to it, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they used to. Weird, that, isn't it?
That's random.
Bit naughty as well, it's like
Yeah,
you
it
get
is.
bored.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to pull over a car and find an issue with it, though, isn't it? So you feel a red car, it's like, it's got to be something. MOT, no. Insurance, no. Damn! I have to let it go. Thought to get something there. Tail light, come on, be out. Ah.
It wasn't insured for 2 minutes. Yeah, that was the new policy.
Exactly. Well, I think we've got more than enough for the recording.
2 hours, 20 minutes there.
Yeah.
yeah. We've got about 40 minutes editing on that.
Yeah, probably.
For me, searching things up.
Still.
Yeah. Right, it's been a pleasure having you on. And you, Tom, thanks for coming and filling in for Stu.
Thank you for offering.
Brilliant, yeah. Pardon me.
I'm just filling in for myself.
Yeah. Dan's back.
Thanks
Dan
for
is
letting
back.
us, Dan.
Favourite song.
Yeah. Could have made Tommy's own song. Yeah, we didn't need you anyway, Stu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stay in France.
Yes, stay there. We tried ringing you, for the weather report, and
Yeah.
you didn't even want to answer me.
How
You
rude.
even put it down sometimes before we even rang. Cheeky monkey.
Buttoned him.
Terrible.
I've got a gift for you anyway, Dan.
A gift or a gif?
A gift.
A gift.
Present.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. 2 minutes.
I'm nervous. I'm wondering what it is. It's not even my gift, and I'm wondering.
I know what it is.
And it's not that keyring you left behind.
Oh, I forgot about that. It'll be a t-shirt.
Like a Get Fact t-shirt.
Yeah.
Probably an extra small. To take the piss. You watch.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, told you. Told you.
I think it's that one. Or is it?
I told you.
That one. Yeah. A running.
Thank you. Oh, it's a running top.
Yeah, it's a running top.
Oh yeah, you can fabric.
It's a running top so he can sponsor us on his runs. A running material top. All right, isn't it?
Yeah,
Stu will be jealous of that. I'm telling you. We've even got little badges on our chest here.
You got something on the back of them, haven't you?
No? Oh, yeah, we have, yeah. Load of waffle. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
I've
right,
only
yeah,
got
well,
half a
better.
t-shirt then. I've only got stuff on the front.
I'm ordering some more tomorrow then. And some t-shirts, some hoodies. Got some hats coming up.
Hoodies.
There's some proper merch coming. Yeah.
Proper merch.
Proper merch. Yeah. I'd give him a shout out, but I don't fully know the name yet. I'm still getting used to him. So I might give him a sponsor at some point. Yeah, and that's all for that anyway. That's all from me.
It's another show done.
Yeah, I know a show in the bag.
Another one
And the
in the
first
box.
one for Tom.
Yeah.
He's no
First
longer
one.
an official
Side
podcast
piece.
virgin.
Not side, not side piece
Yeah,
anymore. I was
oh,
on the
yeah.
main thing.
No, yeah, the main show. Yeah. At least you answered, like unlike Stu.
Yeah, exactly. I replied.
Yeah. And that's all from us anyway. We'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Ciao.